Good evening, everybody. We've got a bunch of people in. We got Rob, Mike, Joseph, Hig. Just saw Andrew, BP. Good evening. Good evening, Andrew. We're trying a combined chat tonight, so we're going to see how all that works. But we should be in good shape. We are actually live dual stream to two platforms. So we're on YouTube and Twitch tonight. We're going to see how all that goes. Exciting stuff, but thanks for joining me. It was a sort of a last minute stream. Ended up with a little bit extra time tonight. Some kids' plans. Herman Killer, welcome in. Good evening. Kids' plans got canceled, so I figured why not come hang out with you fun people and have a good night. So we'll give that a try. Hey, Herman, question for you. What platform are you watching on right now? Is anybody in here, I should ask this, is anyone here watching on vertical? That's the part of the chat I'm still trying to get figured out. The horizontal chat we're good on. Twitch, I think we're good on if people join there. But trying to figure out if we're actually getting the horizontal chat. So let me know if anyone's there or if someone wants to jump over there on their phone real quick and just drop something in. And we'll see if it shows up. We can try it that way too, but going to see if we can get all of the chats together. Herman's on PC. Yeah, you're on YouTube, so you're watching horizontal. That's perfect. How's my evening going? Great, Andrew. How's yours? Jay's here. Yeah, that's all right, Jay. I know I said you weren't feeling well earlier. Hope you get to feeling better, bud. You know, Andrew, I'm doing great. Hope you're having a great night too. We did progress. I'm going to switch over so you guys can see what I'm doing. We did... Oh, Andrew's on iPhone. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Cool. So you should be watching the vertical. All right. That works. As long as I'm on top, the game's in the middle, and the logo's on the bottom, then you're watching the vertical. We did progress into November. Gonna do some stuff with the animals, but our biggest problem right now is just that we don't have any cash, guys. We spent so much money last stream that we need to hit some contracts. We got to make probably $250,000 just to see how all of that works. So let's see. Okay, so contracts. Let's take a look, see what we have. We can get some of those going in the background. Have a $64,000 stone picking. We all know the stone picking contracts don't work, so we're not interested in that one. $58,000 for plowing. Easy money. We got a great plow for that. Just sent a chat through Vertical Live, and I didn't see it pop up. I'm on my PC, not sure if that's connected. Where are you? Okay. I'm going to play FS23 while I'm watching you. Excellent. So, let's see. Mike. Yeah. I don't think the vertical chat's coming through. I've got chat in two spots tonight to try to make sure that I'm keeping up with everything and make sure that if we do end up getting the vertical in, I'm supposed to have the vertical in. So still don't know why that is a problem, but no big deal. We'll work on it. Joseph, I was in vertical. Okay. Well, your comments coming through, so that's working. So if we're getting comments on vertical, I just don't want to ignore anybody. That's it. You know, I don't want anyone to feel like they're getting ignored here. Let's get a couple of new contracts generated. Harvesting. That field 81 in the top right corner could not be further away. All right, let's see if we can get something a little bit closer. Closer, but not as much money. Let's see. It is a canola contract going to the bulk fill station, so that's on the farm. That's good news. And this is canola going to the bulk fill station. So we could pick both those up and go do both of those, make 100,000. Take it to the bulk fill and go from there. Joseph, I was in vertical before horizontal for sure. Yeah, I mean, you guys watch wherever you want. I appreciate it. Just trying to figure out that I was watching the live back on the vertical the other day, and there were definitely comments I wasn't seeing. So just want to, like I said, don't want anyone to be ignored here. So the stone issue, Mike, that's a great question. No, I don't think they're stones. So the answer to that, all right, we got these contracts. Let's jump our player speed up and go take a look. So remember, we plowed the very easy AI field together down here with the fences that are definitely not going to be a problem. And was it Hig that just suggested that we drive fast at the fences? That might be the solution. I think that probably is the way we're going to handle it. You know, just drive fast and close our eyes and hope for the best. So we have this field. Remember, we plowed this whole section up here. And we'll go in. Let's take a look and just make sure that I'm not just blowing smoke here. Settings. So, field stones, everything's on. Crop destruction's on, periodic plowing's on, field stones are on, lime, weeds. I did turn disasters to visual only because I just don't like playing with the disasters. We can watch them, but I don't want to deal with tornadoes in the field and hail and all that garbage. It doesn't make the game more enjoyable for me. So we plowed this field up, and if we go into the PDA and we come in here, jump over here. I have stones turned on. Let's turn everything else off. So there's no stones on this whole area that we plowed. And clearly there should be. And when I zoom out, there's no stones anywhere on the map. So I assume at this stage that it is a map problem. More so than anything else. I don't know why that is. It was not a known issue to me when we started, but the way it is. So no stones. We're skipping the contracts. Not worrying about it. And maybe they were just removed because, you know, the modder didn't like making them. Yeah, you'll play where the rain destroys bales, but the hail is where you draw the line. Yeah, that is very true. I love the new features of FS25. I think as far as the features they actually added to Farmstick 25, huge improvement. The lighting, the disasters, all that kind of stuff. I think they enriched the base game a lot. But I don't like the hail and the crop damage and all that kind of stuff. So, but my bales did melt on Homestead Challenge. I was driving around with a bunch on my flatbed, and I was watching the leaderage just go down and down and down and down. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal with the stones is on this map, but we're just going to keep playing without them. So, I mean, I guess at this point we should sell the stone picker. There's no point in even having it. It's certainly not adding any value, and we could get that money back and be able to use that for some other stuff too. So, could be a good way to make probably 60 grand. We can check real quick. Let's see. If you guys aren't familiar, FS22 had the garage, which I love. These are all your vehicles. It is now a mod you have to add after the fact if you want the garage on your construction menu. So I highly recommend it. It's a great mod. I'd have to look at the link to actually find it, but a huge benefit to not have to go through otherwise you have to go through the regular menu, go down to finances, go over to vehicles, and then buy and sell, or sell and handle your vehicles from this menu, which I find to be incredibly cumbersome. Yeah, Jay, I wish no stones equals take contract free money. It doesn't complete. That was the first contract I ever did on that first live stream on this map, was a stone picking contract. And the whole thing ran, and we had a 0% completion, and then we had to complete it and then manually give ourselves the money, which did not feel good. So let's look at these contracts that we picked up, see what we've got going on. Cultivating, another harvesting. This one's also canola, also going to the bulk fill station. Yeah, we're picking up a bunch of harvesting contracts. That's what we're going to do. And maybe even a cultivating. We'll see. So currently we have 3 harvesting contracts, all canola, all going to the bulk fill station, and then we're plowing field 125. So let's grab the Fent, which I put away in the barn. It got timed out last night. It wasn't being well behaved. So it got put in timeout back here. We'll get it back out. Let's go grab our plow and go see about getting to that contract. Hig, I did see right before stream you dropped your membership. Hey, buddy, I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. You guys hanging out is just great. I love having you guys here. Don't ever feel pressured to do more. You know, it's just have a great community, but I do appreciate all the support. And Hig, I want to make sure I mentioned I saw that getting ready for stream tonight. So much appreciated. All right, let's head down to field 125. And Hig, it even sounds like you made it to the shop and back with the part for the Pete. So drive fast and turn left type situation is what it sounded like. Which way do we want to go to get to field 125? I think we want to go down here to the right, and then we'll go back up the hill to get to the field. Hey, like I said earlier, we had we had a new guy join the Discord tonight, and he was, you know, he was asking a bunch of questions, and he sort of felt bad about it. I'm like, buddy, we're all here figuring it out together. Rob was kind enough to send me a great link. If you guys notice down at the bottom of the Discord, we now have a Mod Hub update view only channel, which is a feed. Nuke, welcome in, buddy. Which is a feed for when Mod Hub releases new mods. And I think Rob was being gentle with me when he was offering me assistance when I was the blind person clicking around trying to get stuff set up, and 2 or 3 times he had to tell me that it wasn't working and I had to give this permission and that permission. So we're all here helping each other out. What makes the community great. So we are on plow, so that is good news. Now, if you remember, we're still fighting with courseplay. Well, I'm still fighting with courseplay. The only courseplay we've had run successfully is the John Deere 9RT with the planter on the 2 fields up by the farm. The only thing I can think that is different on that course is that we have skipping rows. I don't know why that would be different. I couldn't imagine why that would make any difference at all. But we'll try it. We'll see what we can do. Modded plows are the best quality of life mods added. I can't imagine plowing those big, those skinny, yeah, the ones, and then they go to the end of the field and they have to raise them, rotate them, turn around. Yeah, even with speed mods and everything else, it takes forever. And yes, no tickets. I should be in the Pete tomorrow. Good, Hig. It's never good to add that extra $150 speed tax to your purchase when you're trying to get to the store. Rob, are you Roderick in Discord? Yes, I believe that to be true, Mike. Not much chilling, playing on Forest Valley. Cool. How is Forest Valley, Nuke? It's one of the maps. One of the things we're talking about is maybe doing a forestry style playthrough. I actually, like, at the last minute tonight, almost decided to do a playthrough, like a one-night playthrough on Dakota 16X. If I'd had just 20 more minutes to get mods set up and in the mod folder for Dakota, I was going to try to download 16X and play on that tonight. But that map, it'd be like a map exploration playthrough, which would be great. But that map, as Jay knows, I think Jay was 7 hours into a grass contract the other night. You know, a 2.5, 3 hour stream is not going to be enough to even get set up on day 1 for the Dakota 16X map. So we'll have to figure that out as we go. I like it. Lots of room and a variety of trees. The trees are important. That's true. Some of the maps, the trees look good, but you can't do anything with them at all. So, Rob, I downloaded it and looked around. A 16X map is surprisingly large, and that one I like because of the way it's set up with the big fields around the outside and all of the stores and everything else being fairly central, which is nice. So, I've really enjoyed that map. It was probably Dakota 4X may have been the first long playthrough I had in FS25. I started on Riverbend and tried Bhutan Pantai and, you know, played around and just saw the maps. But I think that was the first map I had 100+ hours on. and I had auto drive courses and farm set up, and it was very, very cool. I like that map a lot. Haven't seen the animal dealer. You know, guys, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm getting it on both ends. I'm getting it in Discord and in chat. You guys, hey, that's perfectly fine. I love it. I love it. Me and the animal dealer. All that means is that when I finally get you guys, like, whatever it is we do in chat, stickers or emojis or whatever else, all you guys are getting is an animal dealer sticker. Like, that's the only thing you're gonna get is an animal dealer sticker. You're gonna have to live with it, so. At the beginning of chat, I was talking about whoever was adding mods, and it turned out it was you. Thanks for doing, oh yeah. Yeah, Rob is like, if you need a mod, Rob's like, who was that guy in the Matrix that just had all the information? Was just like pulling stuff down and everything else. Rob just, he'll be like, oh yeah, here's the link for it. It's right here. I was just looking at it. He is the mod master. I agree. We're going to attempt to get the New Holland on the trailer, keep it on the trailer, and transport it somewhere to do some harvesting. We'll see how all that goes. It has not been overly successful, because the rear wheels like to fall off, but we will see if we can have more success tonight. Tonight, like I said, guys, is going to be super chill, doing some contracts, probably pick up some animals. I'm debating if I want to pick up animals or if I just want to see what the herdsman did, because remember we turned on the herdsman last episode, which was would it be October? So we should have some herdsman activity in our animal pens, and we set him to buy some animals. So let's throw some straps on. Let's actually run over. Let's look at the animals now and just see what happened with them overnight. I'm still not familiar with these pens, so we got to get the interactive zone markers on. Nuke, get PP over there and he'll help out. Might waste a tank of gas fuel, but he'll be there. I'll buy 1,000 animal dealer stickers. Hilarious. If I knew how to set up Courseplay Auto Drive with 3 mowers, I would have been faster. I need to stop typing and opening this lid. Even the dim sucks. Jay, yeah, just tune in, bud. Just relax. It'll be all right. That's just so you don't need to find the animal dealership. Excellent. Let's see. I'm just checking the main combined chat. It looks like we're here. I think we're getting everything in. It's just a matter of whether the vertical's actually hitting or not, which we'll figure out afterwards. So, checking on the animals. I think the pigs are the ones that we really set up with the herdsmen. So let's jump in here. Okay. So, here we go. Mike, thank you. 5 gifted memberships. Guys, if you got a gifted membership for Mike, send him a thanks in chat. You know, just appreciate that, Mike. That's very, very generous. Caleb Griffin, Virus got one, To the Max, Robert Nestor, and Blogstar got one too. California even accepts gifted subs. I'm surprised they aren't banned yet, but glad the Blogstar's here and glad he got one. So, Mike, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very, very thoughtful of you. I appreciate it. So we have a couple of things here that are not great news. We lost an animal due to low health. Did we not feed the cows? I swear we fed the cows. Yeah, they have 70,000 liters of TMR in here. So the cows are good. I don't know why they died due to low health. I don't know, that's silliness. All right, so back to the cows. Maybe. Menu frozen? The herdsman may be hurting our menus. Okay, give it a second. Let it cap up. Oh, Mike paying it for it. Roots did give you yours. That's right. All right, well. The realistic livestock mod may be... Oh, we're in the pig barn, guys. I got to pay attention here. I'm getting distracted. Mike's making me distracted. Gifted memberships. gotten me all off my game here. So we're where we're supposed to be. Cows are not in the pig barn. We can figure that much out. There's another pro tip for you. Your cows are in your cow shed. Your pigs are in your pig pen. All right, so 2 updates today. On the 1st of November, we had an animal die due to low health, which is odd because they were fed and they had straw. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then we had the herdsman marked 4 animals for artificial insemination. So if we come in here, so look, you can actually see this. This is cool, guys. So there are 3 animals marked. One of the ones that died must have been one that was marked. But it says at the bottom, this may be hard for you guys to see. I can't zoom in. But under the mark, it said herdsman marked for artificial, what I assume is insemination there. So just absolutely crazy that that function is working in here. Just that's great. So no suitable male. This one is, do you guys see this? This pig is 25% pregnant with 12 babies. Dennis, welcome in. Road Warrior, welcome in, buddy. This pig's having 12 babies. This is Mike. This is why we don't do pigs. 12 babies? Are you serious? That's ridiculous. All right, so these are marked for artificial insemination, and this one's pregnant with 12 babies. So we bought 6 pigs. Okay, guys, and it was, if you weren't here, I wouldn't describe finding the animal dealership and buying the 6 pigs as a smooth experience. But we did get it done, and we lost 1, so we're down to 5 pigs. And in the first day, we're going to increase the number by 24 offspring when they're born in 4 months. We did not put in a big enough pig pen. 744 pigs is not going to be enough. Jordan, welcome in. Good to see you. This is the realistic animal mod is absolutely, it's game-changing, guys. So the herdsman's doing all this stuff on his own. So if you go into the settings, if you're not familiar with this, we have him set. He's not buying any pigs. He's not selling any pigs. He's not castrating or naming. The only thing the herdsman is doing with the pigs is basically inseminating them. He's knocking them up. So we enabled him to do that. He's going to mark them. We gave him just a couple of qualifiers. We didn't want the animal to be too old, but if it was in the pen, essentially, we didn't care about the rest of the quality down here. We just wanted him to mark them for artificial insemination, and he's done that. And apparently 2 of them got pregnant overnight already. So absolutely insane. That's going to be a large pig. I agree. Nuke, it was an adventure. I mean, yeah. I mean, no one got lost. No one died, so it was okay. Are they sure they aren't rabbits? Jay, I mean, seriously, great question. Where do you find this mod? Road Warrior, this is the realistic livestock mod by Arrow. It is released on the Mod Hub for PC only. This version, which is the updated version that came out last week, is only available directly from his GitHub. It has not been uploaded to the Mod Hub yet. So if you want this version with all these additional menus and features, you have to go to his GitHub and download it. It's version 1.2.0.2. And if one of you guys wants to throw the link in there, that would be great. Otherwise, I can check and throw it in afterwards. If you run over Road Warrior, any of my Realistic Cattle Ranch series, any of my 555 series videos, there's a link in the description that has his GitHub on there that will find it as well. And it might be that we can't post links in chat. I don't know about all of that or not. So, all right, let's see. So that's cool. So the pigs are working well. We're going to have so many pigs, we're not going to know what to do here. Pigs are prolific breeders. I was a little confused why the chickens don't have 12 plus. That now, Bryce, I'll go with that. And Bryce, welcome in. I didn't see you come in, but welcome. I am surprised by that in the game as well. Chickens, I felt like, should have a lot more breeding potential than they do. It feels like it takes chickens a long time to get going. Roderick, awesome. Okay, Roderick from now on, got it. That got changed. Pigs, installing it right now. Road Warrior, gotcha. Cool. Now we're all lined up. Everyone knows where everyone is. We're having a good time. So in here, there are no animals to move or sell. Guys, did we? Okay, so there are There are cows. No, they're not. Did we not buy cows last episode? Wasn't that? Oh, no, he was supposed to buy cows. The herdsman was supposed to buy cows. Got it. So come into the herdsman. Buying is enabled, fixed. He has $10,000 to buy cows, maximum 100. Maybe 100 is too much. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he doesn't feel like he can buy 100 for 10,000. He's only buying Angus. Oh, and we had pretty high criteria. So I wonder, are there no Angus that meet the criteria of what we're talking about? Yeah, so these are all. So the herdsman did not buy any Angus cows because everyone sent, oh, that's a nice animal right there. Everyone sent their garbage animals to the dealer this month. So we're going to buy this guy here just because it's a good looking animal. We'll go from there. Cool. All right. Enough with the animals. Just want to check on that. That is very, very interesting to see how all that stuff is working out. The herdsman is going to be a game changer. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to introduce the herdsman to the Realistic Cattle Ranch series and just see if, you know, maybe I start automating. You guys see this? We put this on here nice and square, and this is what it does. This is why we can't have nice things. And see if we get the herdsman installed and just automate a whole bunch of cattle ranch stuff for the last probably 5 or 10 episodes while we're just trying to make some money. So let's get in here. Herman on Twitch. All right, Derek, now hold on a second. Now, hold on, we're getting places. Mike, there it is, much recognizable. Derek, welcome in. Hey, Derek, if you're here, what platform are you watching on? You're on YouTube. Are you on vertical or horizontal? Because I'm not getting your chat. Hold on. I'm not seeing your chat on the main one. Okay, maybe, hang on, let's change the setting here. Okay, Derek, I can see you. Derek, if you're on vertical, just let me know how you're watching. I'd love to know. I did not have vertical chat on for the last 2 streams. I thought I had it connected. I didn't. Want to connect with you guys. Herman, our first ever Twitch viewer, decided to switch platforms. He didn't want to be on YouTube with us anymore. Herman, welcome back in. Glad to have you over on Twitch. I am experimenting with going both horizontal and vertical on YouTube and simulcasting to Twitch, and hopefully all of that works out. So far tonight, it looks good. We are dragging the New Holland because it refuses to stay on the trailer. Andrew, you're on vertical. You are. Oh, Herman left Twitch. He didn't like being alone. Herman, come back on YouTube. It's all right. We'll take you anywhere you want to watch. Andrew's on vertical. Perfect. Okay. So on my chat side, I'm not getting a different icon for vertical, so I don't know who's on vertical, but I'm very happy that I can hear you guys or see you guys chat. I just felt bad the other day. I was watching the replay back on vertical and people were talking and I was not engaging with them. So glad we have that working itself out. All right, next, and Hig, this one's here for you. I'm going to drive a header to the field, and luckily it's on a good trailer, so you'll get to see what at least decent header transport driving looks like. If it's on its own trailer, I would just scrape it along the ground on its side with the wheels in the air. That is my classic way to go. Hey BP, there is a modded trailer on Mod Hub that has extensions. So I don't remember the name of it, but it fits harvesters. So, CB94, welcome in, True North Farming. Love having you here. My guess is you're referring to the Kalen Seabird. I think it's a 45-foot trailer. The one that's a tilt deck, has an upper deck, and then the wheels slide up, and it ramps up, and the whole thing becomes one length, and it has nice, big metal extensions. That's my go-to. I've used that one a lot. Oh, Herman. Twitch is not showing, getting an error, but probably my ad block. Okay, could be, good to know. So, yeah, CB94, if it's this Kalen Siebert, I love that trailer. I believe that is a Dr. XML, DRXML mod, and that is, in my opinion, it's the best transport trailer in the game. I've got that on the 555 series. Wanted to try something different. We also are running Thunder's Better Winch mod, and this trailer, you can almost see it there right where the head connects. There's a winch on there that we can use. We're just experimenting with that stuff. Oh, you guys see that? Almost got me to drive into a tree. I know that's what you guys are up to tonight, just trying to see if I can drive into a tree. But yeah, if that's the mod, if it's a Kalen Siebert CB, you're gonna enjoy that mod if you haven't played with it. That is a tremendous mod. Also does great with auto load stuff for picking up bales and pallets and all that kind of stuff as well. I hope I move the headers. Okay, okay. Now, yep. I was reading Higgs' chat and we hit not one but two telephone poles. I like when the rubber side's down. Yeah, I got into a bit of off-roading when I was younger before we had kids, and I had a pretty built-up rock crawler, and, you know, we'd have our safety meetings before heading out to hit some of the harder trails, and it was always, you know, shiny side up, rubber side down. And, you know, fortunately, only a couple of times did I end up with the wrong side up or the wrong side down, but it wasn't too bad. Had a couple of guys total some rigs out there keeping it the wrong way, so definitely wheels down. No tree but two poles. My internet just went out for some reason. Yeah, exactly, Hig. I took out your internet. All right, we made the first field with the harvester. The plowing is 42% of the way done, guys. Do we risk checking? Do we risk checking on the plow to see if it's off course? Because if skipping a row solves the problem, I'll skip a row on every single course play we ever do from here on out. No tree dew poles. I got a Hig. Is that your main job at the farm? Trucking and transporting equipment. Dennis C. Dennis, I don't know if I welcomed you in. If I did, sorry, do it again. But 2.5 now. Yep. Herman left Twitch again, still having problems. So Hig, yeah, that's and Hig, you were saying what, 1,800 acres and it's all spread out. So not that isn't a big job to begin with on any farm, but the logistics of moving equipment between fields and everything else, that's got to be crazy. The city workers are his biggest fans. You know, I'm glad that Farm Sim doesn't have work zones. Was it in FS22? Wasn't there a map that you could get a speeding ticket? I think it was a European map. You guys see how rough that ground is? Look at that harvester bouncing. I think there was a European map. Came out towards the end of FS22 that you could get a speeding ticket. But Chad driving me up. Okay, thank you for telling me where Realistic lies. Yeah. So Road Warrior, you just got to download it from his site and then obviously replace it in your mod folder. Just take out, you just replace the old zip file with the new zip file. Let's check and see if our plow guy is... Okay, well, I can already see we have a problem. Well, here we go. The saga continues. I got news for you. This is not where this guy's supposed to be. He's not even next to the field he's supposed to be on. Yeah, course play did not fix itself. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Let's get this turned off. Let's get him back. Road Warrior, it was your... Which one was that? I can picture it. It was the town, like the little city center was super tight on that map. You could take no big equipment in there, and there was all sorts of little walls and turns, and even the shop and the sell points were hard to get to. And there was a speed camera right in town, and yeah, I got a speeding ticket every time I went there. is just under 6,000 acres total right now. We only added one new farm this year. Yeah, only added a whole farm, Hig. That's impressive. 6,000 acres has got to be like 50% of the Dakota 16X map. Because, right, the outside fields are 300, so 10 of those would be 3,000. And there aren't 10 on one side. And I mean, not that Farm Sim and real life compare, but just the scale of that is absolutely menacingly large, Hig. That is crazy. Yeah, Hig, that'd be a blast to have a map made of your area. Be a whole bunch of fun. There are a couple of 64X maps out. I can't even get 64X maps to load. And I've got a decent enough PC that it really shouldn't be a problem. FS Farmer, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. If you guys are new here, not just FS Farmer, but anyone else, the guys, a lot of the guys you see in the chat right now are over in my Discord, and they make the Discord great. If you're not part of the Discord, join. I only get credit for having my name on it. All of the things about the Discord that make it so much fun and such a good time are all the guys over there doing stuff. We got Roderick, the mod guy. We've got Roots and Andre, who put together a community server. I mean, everyone here. Mike's always on too. If I'm missing you guys, please don't feel bad that I'm missing you. But the community in the Discord server is amazing. We got a lot of good things going on over there. I am obviously the bottleneck for all the good things happening over there. I try to keep things moving. I get lots of good suggestions from everybody. But jump on into the Discord. Check it out. Say hi to the guys. If you have questions, ask them there. Ask them here. But absolutely, the Discord is a great place to hang out, talk farm sim. We've got some non-farm sim channels for if you've got boats or cars or trucks or resto projects, or you got a farm you work on like Hig and you're posting a bunch of pictures that we're all drooling over. You know, just join in and have a great time. 64X might as well go buy a tractor farm for real with how time consuming that would be. Yeah, I was able to load some FS22. Here we go. Just scraping the header along the railroad track there. I was able to play some 64s in FS22. I haven't gotten a single 64X map to load in FS25. I would have a long-term plan on one of those to just set up auto drive forever. I love setting up auto drive courses and course play. I would do it all by hand and just enjoy every bit of it. Hey, what about a map of Larson Farms? That would be fun too. Larson Farms would be fun. That'd be a good one because they got Welker, and then did Millennial Farmer, did his map get ported over to 25? Or was his just in 22? I don't know that I've seen it over here. The mod guy, haha, I'm just an old nerd who thinks it's neat. Hey, Roderick, whatever it is, it works and we all like it, so thank you. FS Farmer, just saying hi and leaving like really late here in the UK, so gotta sleep. Cheers, cheerio, everyone. Hey, FS Farmer, thank you for stopping by, bud. Have a great night. We've got a Sunday afternoon stream, 1:30 p.m. Eastern, which I hear from some of our European members is a better time for you guys. So if you're available Sunday, we'd love to have you, but thanks so much for stopping by. Roderick, I should try to load one just for fun. I mean, I get to like 55% on those 64X maps, and then I'm just done. Just nothing happens. I had one I left loading for like 2 hours one day. Left, came back, it was still loading. They just don't load. Is there a stream tomorrow, Nuke? Yes, there is. Not paying attention again. AIDS just followed. Thanks for following, bud. Welcome in. FS Farmer followed. Thank you. Is there a stream tomorrow? Yes. So, Nuke, this one was just an impromptu bonus stream. Had plans for tonight with the kids and their activities, but that got changed. So thought, why not come hang out with you guys? So yes, 9:30 tomorrow as well. Probably be live myself. If not, I'll swing by. FS Farmer, yeah. Hey, great. Absolutely. And hey, if you want to drop a link to your stream in Discord or something else, feel free, bud. I mean, we're all here just to make it work. So love to see what you've got going on as well. The 60X maps load okay. Yeah, the 60X maps load fine. CB, have no problem running those. I do drop some frames when it comes to some of the auto drive and the horseplay stuff on the 60X because there's just so much calculation going on. AIDS, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Rod, if you disappear from the stream, we know what happened. Your PC blew up. Yeah. His PC's still full of bales. I mean, he still had that whole incident. I was giving Roderick a hard time in Discord this afternoon. I found a rake. It's 1 meter wide, and I sent it to him to tell him he's got to get all of his grass raked into rows before he's allowed to bale it again after he had his epic baling issue the other day with everything that happened. He had a comedy of errors that resulted in 400 plus bales being stuck in a barn that he couldn't get them out of. So it was quite the adventure. All right, we got the header dropped off. Let's get the retriever out of the way. Need to actually get some of this going. Oh, Mike, I like that idea. Nuke 10-4, gotcha. Hey, to be fair, I had a 2-hour wait for the game to save on autosave. Jesus, Herman, that's... I mean, you don't want to risk leaving at that point, right? Because you got all your progress in, and if you don't wait, then you got to redo it anyways. Somebody should wash this harvester. Possibly make a self-promo page in the Discord. Yeah, I like that, Mike. Mike, if you don't mind, just drop that. Just tag me in any channel. I don't care what channel. And just remind me to do that. Did you guys really let me drive all this stuff over here and it's a grass field? Right, weren't we supposed to be harvesting canola? Am I at the right field? Field 74. Do we have a contract on field 74? Why is 74 blinking if we don't even have a contract on it? You guys see that, right? Field 74. I don't have the slightest idea why field 74 is blinking. That should be an indication that we have a contract, and we just don't. $89,000 cultivating. We could pick that one up. $142,000. 203. Oh, it's carrots. We're not touching carrots. Mike and Nuke, don't even get any ideas about carrots. We're not doing that. It's not happening tonight. All right, we got to focus up here. I'm driving to all the wrong fields. I don't know why field 74 is blinking if that's not the case. Well, guys, in an effort to actually get something done tonight, we're going to do a little bit of what we call streamer magic, and we're going to get all the equipment over there. CB, you're going down a dark path, buddy. That's a dark path. That's Mike and Nuke's path. They walk that path all the way to the end every night. Parsnips, Nuke. Can't stop the stream until it's done. Well, the good news is there will be no stream tomorrow because we'll still be streaming from tonight if we start the carrot contract for $203,000. Now, realistically, we could grab the Colossus and make short work of all that, but that would be... Shay Hunt, welcome in. What map is this? This is Back Roads County by American Modding. It is a 4X PC map. I am now intrigued by 64X map, but the only one I can find is a blank Montana one. That is out. Jay, yeah, there's a Montana one. I've tried that several times. There's at least one more. Welcome to the dark side, CB. Mike, do not convert people. Andrew, carrots sound like fun. Andrew, once again, thin ice. Roderick, same Jay. Yep. Can't use unrealistic equipment. All right, you know what, CB? We're gonna do the carrots. 204,000 on contract. We're doing hand tools. You guys are gonna be here for a week. No one's allowed to leave. If I'm not allowed to leave, you're not allowed to leave. That's how the rules are gonna work. We're gonna be here. Buckle up. No bathroom breaks. You know, put on your adult diapers, get your beverages, get your snacks. We're going to be here for 19 days straight harvesting carrots by hand. I think the carrot harvester holds like 25 liters and the hand cart holds 2,000 liters. So this is going to take approximately 1 trillion trips to the silo. I'll leave it up when I'm working, when I'm sleeping and working. I'll stay, but I may be snoring. Sounds like fun. Yeah, you guys are all twisted. All right, we gotta actually get some contracts done so we have some real money here. So let's go ahead and just get the equipment we need. I'll drive the rest over, but let's get the actual stuff over here so we can actually get started. All right, there we go. That's good enough. I don't have any idea why Field 74 is blinking like that. You guys can see how bumpy the ground is on this map. It is, that harvester is skipping around. I know I'm twisted. Thanks for reminding me. That's what I'm here for. Here to help. Alright, and we do not want straw on this. As much fun as it would be to come back and collect straw, we're going to spread that out. This one might be tough. The field is really, really rough. But let's see. We're going to try course play again, as always. We're going to do 2 headlands, 2 rounded corners, narrow field, start work on headlands. What I want to do, headland direction counterclockwise. We're going to try that. Center direction, we're going to leave, so we've counter. So I'm going to try having the headland direction and the center direction the same and see if that matters. And then we're going to skip every other row. You know what? Should we do lands? Let's try lands. 6 in the lands? Yeah, I'm good with that. That all works. I want to make sure that we have everything JPS deactivated, Pathfinder penalty. None of this saved from last time. That's interesting. Allow reverse pathfinding, allow pathfinding in turns activated, and loop turn the headlands we don't need. Oh, I reset it. That's on me, guys. I reset that. That is 100% on me. Straw swath deactivated. I want to harvest at 20 miles an hour, but I think that's going to be really, really hard with as bumpy as this field is. So let's see what all of this does. So we've reversed the headland direction and gone to lands for the center. We're going to hope that that is a good option. I like the big fields, but it's not what we have in my area, so I play smaller fields. Makes sense, Higgs. I see you, CB. Okay. Will that be paid time off? Only complain on that map. Oh, this is a great map. Hig, I put up a screenshot showing most of our area that we have farms and land spread across in Discord. Cool. I want to see that, Hig. I will check that out before I go to bed tonight. CB, glad you stopped by. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great night, bud. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you chatting and keeping it lively. All right, we are running. We are all but full. Let's figure out what we're going to do about getting this guy emptied. I think the fastest way to get that that harvester emptied is to start with the peat. It's going to be a mess because this Peterbilt does not have big enough tires to run that field. Let's try running down our nice, evenly smooth, square paved access road and then hook back and come across. Reminds you of an FS layout. Very cool, Mike. I can't wait to see it. A giant field of carrots would be fun with 3 or 4 friends playing. It would be. We talked about doing like a live stream or community stream and a community server on Dakota 16X, with the idea being that we would, you would always harvest with multiple people, or always, plant with multiple people, all that kind of stuff. I think that would be a lot of fun as well. Roderick 64X Montana map loading. Let's see what happens. Hey, I hope it works for you. And if anyone finds it and shows up, we will put you to work. I'm not sure if that's a promise or a threat, Hig, but I like it either way. We should get I should figure out how to get a little counter up. We'll get linked to Roderick's BC, and we'll just have a status bar going across the bottom. Noah, welcome in. Is there a different chat going on? So I am multi-streaming, Noah. So I have YouTube horizontal, YouTube vertical, and Twitch in my chat that I can see. Where you guys are, you're only able to see the chat for whatever platform and stream you're on. Mike, I'll take the company truck and head on out. I have a feeling I'll be at 55% for a while. Probably until you quit. That's been my experience. I can achieve 55% success in loading that map, and that is it. I think that map would be a blast. Like I said, lots of auto drive courses running all over the place. How do I get YouTube horizontal? So Noah, if you are looking, 60% Roderick, nice. Noah, if you're looking on vertical and you go to the description, I've linked the horizontal to the description. Now, saying that, I have to remember if I updated the link or not, because this was a last-minute stream. But if you go to my channel, the horizontal is up as well. Isaac, welcome in. I did not see Isaac stop in, but welcome in. The Lizard trailer pack. So there's the Lizard auger wagon came out, was it yesterday? Like the super wagon or something. I love that auger wagon. If you guys are looking for a cross-play, high-capacity, well-done model for an auger wagon, it's a little different than some of the other stuff. It's not like your traditional auger wagon. That Lizard auger wagon is a good one. Noah, happy to help. Hopefully you find if any problems, let me know. Okay, let's see the Pete. Oh my goodness, look at that suspension. The Pete is not going to make it. We're going to rattle the Pete to pieces tonight on this field, but we're going to get it started here. We're going to have him start unloading the harvester so we can make some level of progress, and then we'll have to get the quad track over here as well. Start job. All right, he's moving forward. Always a good sign. Mike priced that poor truck. Yeah, it's literally... Hig, you need to head back to whatever shop you were going to. You need to just start buying Peterbilt parts. It doesn't matter which ones. Whatever they have, start picking up the Peterbilt parts for this truck and just bring them back, because we're going to need all of them. The SIGs are definitely going to end up under the pedals and just crush, right? I mean, it's the first time you hit the gas and under the pedals, they're just gone. Hey, we finished a contract, guys. Look at us. True professional farmers here. Hig probably could get 6 fields planted tomorrow of beans before I can get 1 contract completed, so it'll be all right. Let's see. I'm not even going to click on that $203,000 harvest anymore. Let's see what other... Wasn't there a big cultivating? It's 89 cultivating. 32 isn't really worth it, but it is right around the corner. 135. Where is field 135? Is that nearby? It feels like it should be. 135 is down here, so that's not too bad. We could drive down there easily and get that contract going. And then I think, yeah, 135, field 2, field 3. So, I mean, field 2 and field 3 are going to be easy to do. So let's accept, I think we accept all of the cultivating contracts and just start heading down there and getting that done. There's a reason why you have a mechanic. Yeah. All right, so where are we headed next? Field 2 and Field 3 are on the way to Field 135. Did we not accept Field 135? I thought we did. No, we did not. We already have the maximum number of contracts. Guys, that's just not true. Settings, better contracts, concurrently active contracts, that's going to 10. So now we can accept the contract that we want. I still don't understand why Field 74 is blinking, but we'll figure that out another time. If you guys are just joining, having a low-key stream tonight, doing some contracts, trying to get our money boosted up. If you guys have questions or anything else, jump right into the chat, ask them by all means. I'm happy to go over stuff. This is the live streams, like we talk about, are more just hanging out, chatting, talking farm sim, giving us all a chance to get through stuff. We went through some chainsaw stuff in the first episode. We've talked a lot about course play and auto drive. So if you guys have questions, ask. I certainly don't know everything. I have enough hours in to make up at least a halfway decent BS answer if I don't know. And then we rely on everyone in chat who knows better than me to fill me in on the details, and I pretend that it was my answer anyways. So let's see, ice cream shop. I didn't see that one today, Isaac. I must have missed that one. Going to be swimming in money after that. Yep. We only have 150 acres ready to harvest tomorrow. Just starting easy. Oh, yeah, just your basic 150. No big deal. Now, Hig, are all those in like one, is it one set of fields or one area, or you got 150 in multiple areas? You got to go figure out. Bryce, thanks for stopping in, man. Really appreciate it. Have a great night, too. Eric Holden, what are your must-have for mods? That is a good question. Let me focus for 1 second on getting this set up because my ability to multitask is not good. And then I will answer that question. So up, down. Yep, we're good there. And we are back to skipping one row. We're going to try changing the direction of the headlands and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so yes, it is close by. That's good, Hig. Oh, it's at the main farm, 2 fields. Cool. Cool. Eric, okay, what are your must-have mods? So I have, okay, guys, here, see, I got talking, got distracted. So what I did here was I started this, and because we're running the MPC, the Bednar modded plow, I did not change it from being a plow to being a cultivator. So once it's unfolded, I can use Control Y to change its function. Now it's a cultivator. So now if I drop it down and we get started, we're cultivating. So that's on me. So Eric, my must-have mods, it depends on the map. Starting at the top of the list, I mean, easy dev, because I do content creation and because I stream, is a critical one. That allows me just to get stuff set up and move stuff around. And I like the finance system in Farm Sim, but there are times where you need to just move some money around, and that just makes it way easier. What we were talking about this, Mike, was it you that was asking the question this morning, or was it Andre? Maybe it was Andre. What is the field info? Increased field info mod that gives you more info on the field. So if you jump out, you get all this info down here at the, I'll get dragged around by the cultivator. The updated or increased field info, that's a good one. As far as vehicles, extended field info, yeah, that's it, Roderick. See, Roderick, the mod guy. That's why, I mean, he's here. You have a question about mods, Roderick's the guy. Extended field info, I always start with, I have Real Dirt installed, which I believe is a Viper GTS mod, that I use on all the maps. That also comes with, is it real dirt, real lime? There's a whole series of the wear and, you know, getting dirty parts of the vehicles. I play with those pretty regularly. What else is in my base game folder? I'm trying to think. I don't have any vehicles or placeables in my base game folder. It's all quality of life and script mods. Auto load, course play, auto drive are all in there. Trying to think what else. I do the enhanced loan system regularly because I think that's really helpful in getting stuff set up. I do the vehicle leasing mod that I really like as well. I do the production point leasing. I have the production point, what's that one called? There's a mod where you can change the number of cycles of the month, or the number of cycles per month on the production. So it's like production modification one. So you can have a factory that produces at 50% its normal speed, 300% its normal speed. You can play with that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff. The Cortiva circular pivot irrigation, Isaac. I did see that one. Pig, Rod, are you going to make my type of header trailers we use? I'll let Rod answer that one. Hand tools pack for the win. I have spent a lot of time with the hand tools, and I enjoyed it, but Rod, I'm with you on that one at this point. It was fun. I'll probably use them again somewhere else, but that is going to be about it for me on the hand tools. I recorded episode 19 of the Homestead Challenge today, and I bought a windrower, a baler, a plow, and a seeder for our new year 2 larger 100+ horsepower tractor that we picked up there. So Andrew, if you own all the land on the map and have enough equipment, how much money do you think you could get in one game year? I mean, essentially infinite, right? I think that it's probably less important to own the land. The productions are much more important. I mean, there are a couple of modded greenhouse mods installed. You could make everything necessary to run productions at massive scale, and make a ton of money. There was that one guy in FS22 who turned all of No Man's Land, minus like the big rocks and the store, into one giant field, and harvested it and posted it. It was a cool video. I forget what he got, but he got just, I mean, obviously an incredible amount of stuff. So let's see. Rod talking about modding. Yep. So Mike, okay, let's see if you can get me to crash. See, I think my crashing is directly related to the length of the comments. It's my reading speed that's the problem. The short comments I can get through without crashing. The long ones I start to wander off the road. For your mod folders, do you have them organized in a separate folder, and then whichever mod setup you want to use is the one you move into the game folder? Yes, essentially, Mike. So I currently have 5 mod folders. I have my base game mod folder, which is mods that I load into every game save. That's the easy dev tools, the real dirt, all of the... Okay, bud, that's on you. That wasn't even me reading chat. That's on him. Call Allstate. Tell them that this guy's at fault. You guys are all my witness. He cut me off. So I have my base game mod folder where I keep everything I put in every game. Doesn't matter whether I'm doing a survival series, something like 555, big game, big maps, all the stuff in there. But that is almost, I don't think there's a single like placeable or even vehicle in there. It's all script mods, quality of life mods. You know, like the mod, there's a hide fill types mod where if you go up to a silo and there's 0 barley in there, you don't see any barley. So I have all that kind of stuff in there. Then I have a mod for each of the current series I'm running. So 555, the Homestead Challenge, Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge, and my live stream. And I just go in and I delete everything in my mod folder. That's not true. When I'm done, like I recorded Homestead Challenge this morning, I copied all the mods and pasted them back into the Homestead Challenge folder, so I have the most updated since I added a couple things. And then I delete everything in the mod folder, and then I just copy and paste all the mods from whatever I'm going to play next. And that way, I'm under 150 mods on every single playthrough. Whereas when I started streaming, I was north of 400 mods pretty quickly. I think I was at like 450, because I was doing Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge and the 555 at the same time. And it became a huge mess with loading in. It became a huge mess with trying to keep everything organized. And I'd go to the store and I'd have, you know, Realistic Cattle Ranch is a small series. That Fiat Agri is a huge tractor on that map. We did end up getting a bigger one later on. But, you know, I don't need a John Deere 9RX. I don't need Case Quad Track, you know, 900 horsepower modded quad tracks on that map. But I had them because I was running 555. So got all this stuff separated. So it's 4 folders, 1 for each series, and then an additional base game mod folder that I swap out. So when I start a series, I copy in the base game mods, and then that's the last time I use it for that series. So long answer, Mike. Hopefully that clarifies it. Herman, Hand Tool Dakota 16X. Herman, I thought we were friends. That's not nice. Hand Tool Dakota 16X only. Well, guys, we're going to do, you've heard of a 24-hour stream. We're going to do a 24-year stream. We're going to load up Dakota 16X. We're going to use hand tools only, no AI workers. We're going to set the time to 0 and the number of days per month to, what does Jay play at? 28 days per month. And it's going to take 6 months to get through the first 28 days. It'll be a concurrent live stream. You'll have to give me breaks. I'll have to go shower and eat and that kind of stuff. But we'll get through the hand tools. Talk about the dark side, Mike. I agree. Masochist Herman. Just by harvesting crops and selling their crops from fields that you plant, no productions. Andrew, I mean, I imagine on a decent sized map, that's 20 million. I mean, I can't imagine that being that hard to accomplish. Well, there's some interesting things going on here. The harvester didn't get lost. Okay, let's see. I played Farm Sim so hard I got a job helping on a cattle farm this week. Noah, that's part of the disease, buddy. Once you start in Farm Sim, you can never get out of it. Kinsey 409 multi-fruit. The Kinsey, if that's the row planner we have on this one, Isaac, I love that planner. That's a good one, does everything. That's a start. The 40-foot land roller, that's another good one. That was his insurance claim to become a millionaire. Yeah, getting cracked by a quad track, that'll do it for you. City's at fault. I didn't see any yielding signs anywhere. 400, I have like 800 running at a time. Herman, that's crazy. I felt so bogged down. It was taking so long to load in, and just getting to the store and finding this stuff. BB, welcome in on Twitch. He was here for a minute. And own the map, yeah. Yeah, Jay, yeah, he played 28 day months. That is craziness. All right, we need an intervention here. There are some things that we're going to need to do to make this whole process work so we can actually make some money. The first of which is we got to get the capacity up on this guy. We can't have 80,000. We will be running ourselves crazy. Let's get the extension on here. Man, the store mod is running rough today. 1,000 root crop. Give me the bulk extension. Perfect. Done. $0. Now we can get the peat out of the field. It needs to be out of the field because it is getting beat up in here. And own the map. Yep. Okay, Jay. I've looked at the own the map challenges. I'm concerned I would just lose interest. I really am. I'm not sure I could do an own the map challenge. You guys would see me just find so many ways to not cheat in money, but to just make money in the silliest ways, to just get a field bought. Let's see. You could set the time on 0 in 28 days and still wouldn't be enough time for that. I agree. Nuke, I mean, carrots or parsnips sound fun. 313 Kurt, welcome in. Can you own a farm dog on here? Yes, you can. You can own a farm dog. We could get one back at the farm. We could add one tonight if you remind me when we get back there. They're easy, they're fun. They take no real maintenance or food, so it's not a big deal. Apparently we have moving while unloading on, and I don't have enough horsepower in the peat to keep up with the New Holland, so this is gonna get ugly. I gotta try to catch it by the end of the road. Auto repaint, I did see that, Isaac. I was wondering what the how that one was going to work. I didn't get a chance to open up and look at it. There's that one, there was a mod that came out that the idea was super cool. It was like an auto maintenance and paint. So it was a regular shop. You could, you know, go into it and repair your vehicles and all that kind of stuff. But overnight, at least that's what the mod said, it would repair everything for you and repaint everything for you. But it had like, it was like a $10,000 a day fee to it. It was absolutely insane. I did see the flashlights hand-free. Yeah, it's hard to get others to join the multiplayer if you have a ton of mods. I have heard that, Hig. I've not played multiplayer, so I don't know. You seen the picture of the one of our trucks stuck? I did, Hig. I did, and it was my favorite truck. It was the one, what is this, Richie Feed and Grain or whatever it is. That is a cool, I mean, the Pete's a cool truck. They're all cool, but that one, it's like Feed and Grain or something on there. That's a cool looking truck. I said that's the one I want when Rod starts making mods, because he's tired of looking them up. He's going to make them faster. He's going to find them. I want someone to take that truck from Higgs Farm, and I want that logo on the side of a tipper. I want to have that in game. That thing was super, super cool. Let's see. Kurt, I already got you. Yes, you can have a dog. True Higgly, the guys running co-op server went minimal with mods. They sent out a list. Yeah, they did. They kept it pretty minimal, and they kept it cross-play compatible, which I thought was really nice. Sell a lot of sawdust. Selling a lot of wood chips. Yeah, Andrew, I agree. That is one way to make sure you're making money. And what's interesting, if you guys don't know, I'll show you guys as soon as I get this set up. There is a little known feature, at least I say little known because I haven't seen many people use it. But there is a little known feature in Lumberjack. So if you come into Lumberjack and you go to the settings, and you have to, I always get the wrong menu the first time, but we'll find it. Enhanced loan, maintenance costs, realistic livestock, air worker. So it's not this one. General settings. Yeah, okay, Lumberjack. Create wood chips. So you can turn on wood chips. And then the maximum amount of wood chips created when cutting trees or grinding stumps with a chainsaw is 5,000 liters. So this means when you go cut down a tree, it just dumps 5,000 liters of wood chips on the ground. You get the tree, which is all, and you can grind the wood chips, whatever else you want, and you can also get the wood chips off the ground. So you go around with like a front loader or something else and pick them up, all that kind of stuff. So that's a cool little feature of the Lumberjack mod. There's another base game mod I have installed on every game save. Lumberjack mod is nice. This mod is amazing. Not sure what you're talking about, Joseph, but sure. Advanced damage mod. We have talked about that one. I posted that one in Discord. I'm very intrigued to see how that one works. I was talking the other night about we're doing like a forestry playthrough with maybe some gold mining and having that advanced damage mod on, because the gold mining equipment gets beat up, so it's run so hard. I was thinking that could be a cool mod to add to that. Mike just tagged Hig on the mod list. Yep, it's down at the bottom. Yeah, it's the Sterling. That is a cool looking truck, Hig. The Special Dairy, I saw that one, Isaac. Oh, Kurt, yeah, I mean, I try to mix it up. I try to do it all. I like the husbandry stuff. I like the animals. You know, I stick with it. I think except for, I don't know if I had realistic livestock installed on Missouri River Bottom. I may have. But I have Realistic Livestock installed on, I think, every game save right now, and I just enjoy it. It's just a good, it makes animals a lot more fun to do. When you activate Super Strength, do you use it through Easy Dev or Lumberjack? You know, Mike, that is a tremendous question. And the answer is I don't know. I use Super Strength when I hit the Alt key twice. I had to check which key it was. I had to look down and look at it. So I don't know if that is base game with Lumberjack or with Easy Dev. I suppose we could check. I mean, if we come in here, we look at Easy Dev, and I have Super Strength is on. So if I come out of the menu and I hit Alt twice and I come back in, Super Strength is still on, apparently. So can I still lift the trailer? Okay, I cannot lift the trailer. Hit Alt twice again, and now I can lift the trailer. So I would say I'm using it through Lumberjack would be my expectation. Oh, Joseph, you are. That sounds good. Ooh, Rod, gotta eat some dinner, but he's at 100%, 16 ounce shaders done. Just no start button. I'll try it again tomorrow. Rod, hey, have a great dinner. Thanks for the update. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Multi-fruit container plus multi-pack. I did not see one, Isaac. Mike Price. Lumberjack then. Yep. Yeah, I have no idea. I installed it. It worked. I didn't ask any questions. Let's check on the old tractor down here on field 3. Or in the woods by field 12. Your call. I mean, whichever one. So, reversing the headlands and skipping rows did not really do anything for us. Still can't get that to work. It's alright. We should just set like a pause after. Get out of the woods. After the headlands, just have it stop. And then we'll bring it back and go from there. So we should be able to just jump right back in here. Yeah, I say it's going to be right here. It's always right after the headlands. It has a hard time finding it. Man, that was a big bump. And now, it'll be totally fine. There'll be no issues. It'll get the job done nice and easy. Yeah. The plow, the trees, the in between the tires, everything else. I told you the other day I found him. He was dangling off the edge of the map. So this Fendt in particular has a bit of a death wish when it comes to getting off course. All right, let's jump back. Let's try to get some equipment down to close to the field where we need to have it. Don't think we're going to get all three harvesting contracts done today on stream, but we'll get the cultivating done, some of the plowing done. I'm intrigued to see if we can get the herdsman to buy more cows for us, as he was struggling to find ones that met our criteria. Nope. Moving the camera, crashing into things. $3 vehicle running costs came up right as I sideswiped that truck. I think it was more than $3 for sideswiping that truck, but we'll get through it. Now, one of the features, I'm not sure if it's the better contracts or the boosted contracts mod, but if you guys look in the top right corner, it tells you on the contract, along with the progress on the contract, how many hours you have left to complete the mod. Or the contract, sorry, not the mod. I appreciate that. The part I don't understand is that all the contracts cycle at midnight. It's not as though, you know, there's a contract out there that we get to do tomorrow. Duke, I've been laughed at by the wife for watching Farm Sim while farm simming. It's a problem now that I have 3 screens. You know, there's always a screen available for a little bit of Farm Sim content while I'm doing other stuff. So that runs in the background, but I hear you. But I just don't understand why it gives you the contract time. I appreciate it, but if all the contracts are the same, you know, you have the same amount of time, they all finish at midnight, then, you know, what difference does it really make? Oh, don't want to grab this guy, trying to get the New Holland. You know, what difference does it really make if they tell you how much time is left, because it's all the same. It's all midnight the last night. So I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. You guys tell me. Stop while unloading. Definitely activated. Done with the combine chasing this guy. We're going to have to get the quad track to move. It's got clipped and now it's running into this. Oh, maybe it's going to self-correct. That's really hard on headers. The unloading while driving, Pig? Is that what you're saying? Are we going to empty? No, we're not going to empty. We're not that full. All right, got our telehandler, got our mower, got our water truck. We should be good to go. No, running into the tractor. Hey, wasn't it you the other night that said you shouldn't hit rocks either? I mean, the pro tips that come out of this live stream from chat, guys, I got to tell you, if you want to learn, some good life lessons, hang out in chat and live stream. Don't listen to me. I got nothing worth talking about, and I'm not worth listening to. But the knowledge that is dropped in the chat is absolutely incredible. Don't hit rocks. Hitting the tractor with the header is hard on the header. Mike, I'm with you. That was good, and he got me. He even got me to bite and ask what he meant when he was saying you probably shouldn't run your header into the tractor. I remember, yeah, Nuke, that's true. Fence good, rock bad. That's true. We did it. And it was fast for the fence. As long as you did it fast, it was good. So, you guys make the stream worth doing. I appreciate all you guys being here. If I was streaming and there was no comments going on in the background, I'd lose interest. I'd get bored and go to bed. But you guys keep it very interesting. So let's check our fields while we're here. Feeder drum is 12,000. Yeah, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. All right, so we have our barley in this field so we can do pig food. We're getting pig food as a byproduct from our multi-fruit production silo, along with chaff for silage and everything else. So we have a good run of stuff going there. Our grass field is at stage 2 out of 5. We can't plant corn until the spring. We've got, what, 5 months until we can plant corn down in that huge field we put together. So outside of poplar, there's really not much else we can plant. So field work wise, we are about done. So let's see. So when you eat rocks and crush it, it adds up. Yeah, I imagine. I can send a picture tomorrow showing you what rocks do. I've seen some of that stuff on some other. I'd love to see the picture, Hig. But that looks, I mean, like a very minor incident that could happen at any time on the farm is just tens of thousands of dollars at all times. S&M Gaming, are your chickens pregnant? I don't have any chickens on this one yet. My chickens on Homestead Challenge are pregnant. My chickens on the Reels of Cattle Ranch are pregnant, and the chickens on the 555 are pregnant as well, all using the Realistic Livestock mod. We were just talking about the fact that they don't breed quite as quickly or prolifically as we would expect in real life. Agreed. Amazing setup on the punch. I mean, Mike, I'm not even mad. I was the dummy on the end of that joke, and it was great. I absolutely loved it. What you said to make him bring up headers, classic bait and switch. I mean, Hig's been here for 2 live streams, and he's got me down to his science. I mean, he plays me like a fiddle, whether I like it or not. I swear you said carrots. Nuke, you know what? We're going to start threatening to ban people around here. And the joke of it all is, I don't even know how to ban anybody. So, you know, we'd have to figure out how to ban people first. You know what? We need Rod back in here. Rod would teach me how to ban you guys so we could stop talking about carrots in the big field. All right, so let's run over. I think we're going to try to pick up some more cattle, get them in here and get going. We'll break him soon. Oh, guys, we'll have a carrot stream. How about that? We'll save it up for something special. It'll be like a Christmas. It'll be my Christmas stream for you guys. Will be the carrot stream where we go. I'll go on to like New Frontier ahead of time, plow it all up, and you know, we'll do just a massive carrot stream. All right, let's buy some Angus cattle. I want to have more than one cow in here. I want there to be better animals. Let's see what we can find. All of these were bad, weren't they? Yeah, okay. We're going to reset the animal dealer. That's easy. Come in here, go down to settings, go to your game settings, look for the dark black boxes, reset the animal dealer, come back out, jump back in, and we should have all new animals. We're just going to buy everything that is of decent, above average quality, which, I gotta be honest, guys, not looking very good. That one's the first good one, and it's even a good animal. Man. Okay, there's one. We got one out of that whole thing. All right, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to jump into the herdsman menu, and we're going to change the buy. We're going to set it to, we set it to all? Any, yep. Any animal we want to buy if it meets the criteria. We don't want to wait anymore. I want cows going in here. I don't want to go to Twitch, though. Yeah, Nuke, that's it. You're getting banned to Twitch. That's how it's going to work. That still sounds like fun, Carrots Forever. Yeah, you know, Mike, I blame you for this. You brought this energy to the chat, and for all the things you do that are just fantastic for this channel. The dark, twisted side that you bring out into all these great people, carrots and forever harvesting hand tools. Oh, Mike, don't feel bad. You guys laugh. I'll do it. I'll just get the Colossus and put the 50-meter header on it, and I'll be done in 10 minutes. You know, a 5 million liter capacity. I'll set it all up. We'll have capacities at 10 million. We'll have one hopper truck. It'll take me 10 minutes to harvest all the carrots. It'll be the most anticlimactic stream I've ever done. We'll be done quickly. Oh, Isaac, what do we got here? What does a storm cloud wear under its raincoat? I don't know, Isaac. Is this a dirty joke? Doesn't sound like it. All right, I'm waiting to see what Isaac has to say, what a rain cloud wears underneath his raincoat. All right, let's jump back in, check on our vehicles, still filling up with water. We're making good progress on our harvesting field. 59% out of 80. I mean, Mike the Legend plays to never give us the thunderwear. That's good. That's good. I was gonna say, the power moves did not give us the punchline. Just leave us hanging. Come in tomorrow, stream and drop the punchline. Make us wait a full day. Thunderwear, very good, Isaac. Stream approved. I appreciate it. Okay, last thing I want to do before we try to get a couple more contracts done, let's check the sale and see if we have anything in here that might be worth buying. I'm thinking a second harvester. Another T800 Kenworth. That is interesting. Let's see. Nothing in here worth buying. All right, well, we'll go check on the rest of them. What I can do now that we have a little bit of money, you guys did not remind me to put in the fuel tank, but I did remember the other night, but we can put the fuel on the farm, 25,000 liters. Nikolai, hi, welcome in. Glad you're here. Andrew, the AF11, yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. I would be all in. I think, what are we, 700K for that? And we are at 70 after I just bought all the fuel for the farm, all the diesel. Hig, if you're around, I do wonder, like, what, when you guys get fuel delivered, I mean, what you probably obviously get, what, a tanker delivered? Is that like a, what is that, like $10,000, $20,000? Like, what? I mean, you've got to be getting fuel like a fuel station, right? I mean, that's crazy. for all the equipment, everything else. Andrew. I agree. All right, let's get the rest of this equipment down to the field. How did you speed it up, the horsepower on the tractor? How did I turn the top speed up? Well, I have the real speed mod installed, and I'm running Courseplay, and I can set my speed there. So within Courseplay, so here I'll show you. Within Courseplay, you can come in, and on each individual vehicle, you can set the field work speed, the field driving speed. So like if it's, you know, if it's the quad track doing the grain cart, like this is how fast it's going to drive on the field, even though it's not cutting anything or mulching anything. Your turn speed, your reverse speed, and your silo speed. Silo speed is if you're doing bunkers, like grass bunkers, to do silage, how quickly you want it to drive back and forth or through there when it's dumping. Once that's done, you come into settings and controls and scroll down to real speed limit, and the toggle is Alt-0 for me. So once I have those speeds set, it will run at whatever speed the implement says. So if the plow says it only runs at 9 miles an hour, even though I've changed them in Courseplay, it'll still run at 9 miles an hour. As soon as I hit Alt-0, it goes up to whatever speed that is, and then I can control that on the Farmstick with the cruise control speed on the dial as well. So combination of two mods, the real speed limit and the Courseplay speed settings. Let's see. Yes, a fuel truck every day during corn drying. I don't know how farmers make any money. It is as much work as you guys put in and the cost of everything. I do not understand how you guys make any money. I mean, props to you. I don't know. We couldn't exist without you guys, but it's got to be such an uphill battle. And I mean, at least I assume you're getting to run ag fuel, which down here in the States I know makes a huge difference. And from what very little I know about Canadian EPA type regulations, and most of this is from, who's that guy who's making the electric logging trucks up in Canada? He was talking about they put the diesel generators in the logging trucks and make them electric motors, and they get to run ag fuel in them. So that's the only reason I know you guys have it up there. But hopefully ag fuel is at least reasonably priced compared to regular over-the-road diesel. You can never have too much horsepower. No, definitely not. That's new to me. Cool. Yeah, I use it all the time. Love it. We have 3 diesel tanks around 3 different farms, and we have a fuel tank on a trailer that we bring to the... Yeah, I mean, you have to bring fuel to the field, obviously, with as big of the rigs that you guys are running. You would lose days of time getting stuff back and forth. Big Bud, 3,000 horsepower. Andrew, a beast. Yeah, the problem is I love the Big Bud. It's just slow. I mean, it's great to have the 3,000 horsepower, but you can't do anything with it. You know, give me the TLX 9000 with 2,000 horsepower and 189 miles an hour. You just send the thing into the stratosphere when you hit that fence. That's the speed you hit fences at, is 189 miles an hour. Wow, pulling the Kenworth down here was a mistake, guys. I apologize. Look at that suspension. Holy. We may be getting stuck down here. Winching ourselves out. We're going to stay on the road. We're going to stay on the shoulder up here. It is... Oh, whoop, whoop. I don't know what the physics is going on here. Yeah, we're not leaving the road again. That was terrifying. Let's get pulled off the road over here, and we're going to leave this guy here. Let's turn some beacons on and let him go. Hate to be the one paying that bill, Hig. Buy used equipment. Yep, I'll try to show our setup at the bins. Cool, Hig. That'd be awesome. Yeah, and they shut him down. Edison Motors. Did they shut him down, Hig? I didn't know that. That guy was doing some cool stuff. Our government won't approve that truck. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't know what the ramifications are and all the details and all that kind of stuff. It was just, I like people who you know, just put together cool concepts and push the envelope on that kind of stuff. It makes so much, it creates so much opportunity for everything else to happen. That's a bummer that Edison got shut down. That is the name of the company. He was doing some cool things, and he actually had several prototypes built. The last YouTube video I saw they had, so that's disappointing. I used the Fendt Forestry Edition, 50 miles. Yeah, that's a good one. The Fendt that I've got that's running the cultivator right now does, what is it, 49, 47, something like that. I like that one. Could add the Mercedes truck in here and show off the air ride suspension on these fields. Oh, okay. I mean, Mike, great idea. Great idea. I like that. Let's 70K. We can't afford it. I think it's $230,000, but let's see if we can do it. Dodge has a gas electric truck coming out this fall or next year. Andrew, I canceled my 2025 Ram 1500 order to replace my 2020 Ram 1500 that I'm just closing in 100,000 miles. When I found out the Ram Charger is coming out, the Ram Charger is on my list to be my next truck. That's going to be a super cool truck if they deliver what they say they're going to do. But that is my next vehicle, assuming I can get an allotment and they deliver what they said they were going to do. And that was after they canceled the Hemi too. The truck I ordered did not have the Hemi in it, which was a sad day. So I was glad when I got to cancel that order. Yeah, watching the video. Gonna have to go and find that Fendt now. Nacho, hate traveling with slow tractors. It is the Fendt Vario 1000 chipped, CHIPPED, if you're looking it up on the mod hubs. Nacho, welcome in. Did not see you join. Glad you're here. Mike, it's made by Chris and Riley S. Same guys who made the Colossus. Yep, absolutely. Joseph, 23 Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that I drive. Cool. I've heard great things about the Eco Diesel. I love my Ram. I've got the quad cab short bed with the Ram boxes and the cargo management system. I love that truck. I've driven the ever-living daylights out of that thing. Let's see. Hig, he can't get the diesel motor approved for the emission standards, but there is no motor actually approved yet. Yeah, that was what he was trying to get around Hig, was he was trying to say it was a generator, not a motor. It was this last video I saw. Andrew, the Hemi is coming back. That was Dodge's biggest mistake. They realized that and got that. With Dodge's luck, it won't only quit, but it'll catch fire. S&M Gaming. Hey, I've driven about all of them. You know, they're all as bad as the next one, but I hope, you know, what was it, the Challenger electric they brought out that was just an absolute flop. It was terrible. Olympic trailers, version 1, I've not seen that one, Isaac. Good to know. At least I know it'll be a great mod being made by them. Yeah. Riley S. and Chris and Riley S. make great mods. Jay is back. I don't think I could ever drive a truck. What I drive gets me where I need to go. I average 30 miles a week city driving, so why do I need a truck? Andrew, yep, 2017 Ram Eco Diesel. JBP is too tall for a sedan. He brags about it all the time. Well, I mean, my camera's mounted on the ceiling, right? I mean, that's you guys realize that, right? It's on an 8-foot ceiling and it's at eye level, so even sitting in my chair, that's the height it gets. So, all right, we are wrapping up this field. This has been fun. This has been even more casual than normal. I was hoping to have a nice, relaxing night with you guys. It has proven to be that. We've got in and about an hour left. We'll probably wrap up around midnight Eastern time. If you guys are unfamiliar with the course play lands setting, it divides the field into sections and then cuts around the outside in a clockwise fashion, so the pipe is always over cut field except for the first pass. So if you're running your harvester and you don't want to have all the pull-offs where it's trying to cut in and cut out and get the grain bin in, and it creates all kind of course play silliness, the lands is the way to do that. Jay, I'm so short. The new Ram with the turbo motor eats the crankshaft a lot, not to mention this oil pan rusts through in a few years. Yeah, I had on my 5.7 Hemi, on my 1500, I had just a pinpoint oil leak. I mean, I caught it. It must have been the week it happened. I had, you know, we're talking 2 or 3 drops of oil on the driveway, and took it in, and the guy's like, oh yeah, your oil pan's got a leak, we're attached. I'm like, okay, you know, and I've had trucks and stuff like that before. I'm like, oil pan, you know, we're talking even at the shop, couple $100, $600, $900. No, it was designed integral into the motor. It was $2,400. I had to drop the transmission or something silly or a cross member to get to it. And I'm like, we've gone to the point of designing cars in a very silly way. The time has passed very fast. Great, Andrew. For me too. Nacho, you on console or PC? I'm definitely on PC. I played a lot on console early on, but with the mods I run and everything else, I am 100% PC now. Mike Price, never used LANs before. Couldn't figure out what it did. Thank you for that. Yeah, so the LANs, I don't use it as much as I should, Mike. It really is the better feature. The main reason I don't use it, and it's a personal failing, is that when I run big equipment, like the fact that we don't have a second harvester on this map yet is unusual for me. I have not had success for running multiple harvesters using the lands feature. They get all tangled up. So when they're switching lands, they divide the field into, say, 6 pieces, and each one is a land. When they go to switch, they get all tangled up. And it just makes it really, really inefficient. So for that reason, it's a great example to use it tonight because we're running a single harvester and it's nice and easy. If I was running multiple harvesters, I would be running back to just up and downs, and I would be not switching on the top ends because that makes a mess as well. 5.7 on a good day. Yeah, Jay, that was like 8th grade. Herman Killer, that's why I love old school. Give me 70s Ford any day. Yeah, I said the other night on stream, Herman, like when the kids go away and I'm living a simple life in a cabin somewhere in the mountains, like I want like a 70s, 80s Chevy Ford. It doesn't matter what brand. I want just a straight 100% mechanical vehicle. None of the computer stuff. I had a downpipe oxygen sensor go on my Ram, and I've had great luck with my Ram. It's been a great truck for me. I know not everyone has had that, but it's like a sensor went and it's $280, and it's not even there's anything wrong with the truck. The sensor that tells you something wrong with the truck went, and you still got to drop money to get it fixed, otherwise it doesn't pass emissions and all that garbage. Barbecue fuel food trailer. Hey, Roderick was looking for the barbecue food trailer, I believe. I was messing with him the other day about that. Andrew 6'5", good, like that, right there with you. Good to know because I'm the same with using multiples. Yeah, Mike, that's it, and I'm sure someone smarter than me can figure that out. I just don't know how to get lands to work with multiple. I would love, and there may be a feature in Courseplay that I just am not familiar with, I would love to be able to run multiple harvesters on Courseplay and assign alternating lands. So Harvester 1 does the first land entirely by itself. The second Harvester does land 2 entirely by itself. And then they alternate from there. That would be something I'd love to see. Now I feel even shorter. That was like 8th grade. Very humble, VP. Very humble. Hey, I mean, you guys are getting me to harvest carrots here, It goes both ways. At least they're taller than my wife by half an inch. Good, Jay. Don't let her ever tell you otherwise. Nuke, a good old 12 valve. Yeah, the 12 valve. That is the most desirable. We were talking about that the other day. That and the what is it? The 7.3 Power Stroke and the old Fords. Nacho, I feel like he's Master Race for a reason. I saw that. Yep, PCs. You got it. All right, let's get on to another field. I would say both, Mike. I definitely did not get started without watching a lot of videos. I mean, I couldn't even, like, I opened it up, I installed it, and I was looking at the buttons and the menus, and it didn't even make sense to me. So I started watching some videos. There are a couple out there. A lot of the Courseplay videos and a lot of the auto drive videos are pretty basic, which is what's important because that's what gets you going. It's hard to find the advanced stuff, particularly on the auto drive. I posted in the Discord just the other night, I went and actually pulled from FS22 the auto drive shortcut hotkeys because I was doing stuff on this map and I needed to connect a reverse one-way path for parking. I accidentally deleted a node and had to go do it, and I just could not remember the keybinds. It was such a mess. All right, so now we got to remember what is the control to get the header tool all the way down. All right, we had fun with this the other night, and now I'm on an incline. There's traffic, there's pressure. That sure looks half decent to me. I'm sure the ground level is not helping in any way, shape, or form. Get the trailer kicked over. Try to focus on what we're doing here. There. Oh, I had it for a split second. I had it and I missed it. Wow, it is so sensitive. Trailer header connection simulator inbound. Oh, got it. That is a relief. Thinking we're going to be here the rest of the night. This is Higgs' worst nightmare. He's in charge of all the trucking logistics, all the traffic backed up, honking, impatient people. Though I suppose up there they probably actually respect the farmers and don't give you guys a hard time, or at least I hope that's the case. Alright, let's see. What do we got going on in chat? Yeah, my 03 F350 has a 7.3. Yeah, the 7.3 is great. That's a nice OBS Ford with a 7.3 would be a great truck everyday driver too. Even a marketplace fine Ford for like 2K would cost less repair than it. Oh, absolutely, Herman. The new vehicles are designed. I mean, the stats are out. The dealerships make their money on the service departments. They don't make money on selling cars anymore. I mean, they don't lose money, but the money is in repairing cars. It's absolutely insane. My 1998, 19 to 94 Chevy GMT K35 extended cab. Yep. That's a good mod. An Audi Q7 diesel. You looking at the, you going with the SQ7 or just the Q7? Because the diesel's nice. I had the Passat with the diesel during the Dieselgate thing. I loved that car. It was so funny. I talked for years about how that car was not meeting emission standards. The DEF intake on that car was absolutely laughable. It was so low. There was no way it was ever going to pass. How did we get onto field 82 here, guys? That is all the way down here at the end. Do you remember what channel you posted that ad controls in? I'm having trouble finding it. I would assume I posted it in mod discussion. Would be my guess. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, it can, Andrew. That is, you know, that's the pre-emissions all, the when you're putting it all out there, but that's all right. Crashing, what's your schedule like? My live streams are mostly evenings during the week, Nacho, if that's what you're asking, and then I try to do one on the weekend during the days if I can for some of our friends across the pond. But usually 9 or 9:30 starts. I think we're probably going to go to a hard 9:30 start here, no matter what night it is. It just seems to work better with the family schedule. 9 o'clock is not a problem for me, but we're still doing the transition with the kids, so it's easier if I just do 9:30 than everyone's in bed. So I imagine 9:30 is 1 to 2 nights a week, whenever possible, and then one weekend midday stream if I can swing it with the travel schedule. This is the most realistic part of the stream so far, having a hard time backing up while a mile of traffic lines up waiting. Yep. Andrew, yeah, the SQ7. All right, let's get the header dropped. Is this, are we on another fake field here? Is this another field that we don't actually harvest? Okay, we're at field 82. What are we supposed to do on field 82? What is up with these fake contracts tonight? Do we have a contract on field 82? We don't have a contract on field 82. I do not understand what is going on with the contracts tonight. That is, I don't get it. All right. You cannot get an Audi with a diesel in Canada and America. Yeah, after Dieselgate. After Dieselgate. I even had him fix my Passat. And I drove it for a while afterwards and eventually traded it. I actually traded that in when I got my truck. Love that car. It was great. It was like sitting on the ground. But it was a good time. Alright, so now we're going to go back to, Trailer Header Attacher Simulator 2.0. We just did this. Drove down here, and guess what? We get to do it again because this field said we had a contract on it, and we do not. Seems like maybe we are slightly off to the right. But I'm not going to quote anything on that. Did we, is the header's way up again, or the header attacher is way up again? Yep, there we go. Right on. First try after we get it lowered down. Not too bad. All right, well, we are going to field 24. And it feels like we got to drive back the way we came and around to get there. Mike, if you don't find the post with the auto drive hotkeys, just ping me on Discord. Did I screenshot it or did I put the link up? Either way, I can repost it tonight and I can tag you in it. Just ping me on Discord if you don't find it. Not a big deal. I think you need a better GPS. I mean, any GPS at this point. It's clearly me that's the problem. And we're going to field 24. So down here, we'll loop back up, get to the middle. And then we get the fun of bringing the New Holland down here. This is a cool area down here. We have not been over here. I like this area. Big, flat, open, complete lack of trees. So any course play we set up, the vehicle could end up 6, 8, or even 10 fields away. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. And to think we started right up there against the field. Hig was saying the other night that his header trailers have rear steer. That sounds very interesting. All right, that guy's empty. Let's drive. Let's get the New Holland. I think we're just going to drive the New Holland down there. I don't think it's worth to go across 3 fields. I don't think it's worth loading it back up. Now, Hig, I imagine you guys, can you ag tag your vehicles? Like down here, the license plates, we have farm, like most states have a farm plate that has like it's much less expensive to plate it. Like you can have a farm truck and you can put it on your harvesters and stuff like that. Like I've seen a lot of that. Do you guys have that kind of stuff up there where you're not registering it as a road vehicle, so you don't have to pay all the taxes and do all that silliness? Oh, you found him, Mike. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I imagine tossing a couple of wheels onto a header is a lot cheaper than having an entire separate trailer. Yeah, so you have that there too. After this, we got to go get the cultivator onto a new contract. I think that's the only one that's really making us any money here. Our plates are triangle slow-moving signs. Good. Hey, fair enough. Yeah, we were driving cross country this summer, and I don't know where we were. Must have been Nebraska, Iowa, middle of the country somewhere. And we pull over to get some fuel, stopped at the local gas station, whatever, and there were just a bunch of farm trucks, and all of them had the farm plates on them. And you got guys like teenage kids with, you know, they're like 20-year-old farm trucks that are just beaters, and they're all, you know, bale wired back together and all that kind of stuff. Great to see. And you got the guys running the $120,000 Platinum F450 farm trucks. Like, I know you're not leaving that on the farm. I know you're driving that out and about. All right, let's head down here and get the header attached so we can get back to the field. Herman, good question. Hockey, not football is the answer to that one. But definitely no Browns. I'll say that. If I am watching football, it's not going to be the Browns. What that franchise has done to Cleveland is absolutely insane. Silken successor. I mean, thanks for stopping by, but we don't need any cheap followers here. Appreciate it. As a Cincy native, amen. Fair enough, Herman. Fair enough. Horse makes the header trailer shift. Cool. Well, I mean, I think the Browns flag should pretty much always be flown at half mast. I don't think it deserves much more than that. All right, here we go. Getting on to the second harvesting contract. Only took 2 hours to get the first one done. Got lost. Crashed the trucks. The one thing we didn't do, though, was put the header on its side. We have managed to keep the header shiny side up tonight. High levels of success in professional level farming on the stream tonight. Yeah, I've got friends who are die-hard Browns fans, and I just don't understand it. Like, guys, you're disappointed every year, but you know, that's to each their own. Let's go ahead and get headed out this way. We will do another counterclockwise header. Not sure that it's going to make a big difference, but we will see. Trying to get lined up at the long edge of the field, see if that makes any difference at all. And I think we just set this guy on the same course, expect him to get lost in the middle. You want to know what we could do? Here's what we could do. Let's do this. We have not used the narrow field option. So the narrow field option is for a field that is long and narrow, and it only creates headlands, generates a headland only on the short edge of the field. So it should only put a headland at the top and at the bottom of the field, not along the edge. And so let's give that a try. You know, I don't know if that's gonna. I've never done it before. And, you know, hey, here we go. Set him loose, let him run. What's the worst that could happen? He ends up in the trees. Yep, 2017, yep. And what was it? There was that picture that cycled around a long time ago. It was like, I don't know if it was an Eagles fan or a Jets fan or a Bills fan maybe, and he was wearing the jersey but had a paper bag over his head. Now, Isaac, that's an interesting mod. The AR frame bed pack. I wish they would flush that one out. The AR bed system is a great idea. It just isn't integrated enough into enough mods to have it really make sense. Herman, by the way, they should have beat us in the game a few weeks ago. Sure. I mean, if they played you, great. Like I said, I don't follow football. Not my thing. Come Stanley Cup time, we'll be watching a lot of hockey. Eagles mentioned, go Birds. All right, let's get our tipper down there. Probably should get our grain cart down there first, because that's what'll fill up the fastest. Even running, you guys see the camera bouncing? That is the ground that is that rough. I mean, this is a back county road, back roads county. I mean, I get it. Oh, nuke. Now you're talking my language. In a previous stage of our lives, we lived in Denver. And, picked up the Avs then and have not left them since. Hey, Jay, hope you feel better in the morning, bud. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you chiming in even though you don't feel well. Have a good one. Isaac, I think that Lizard 1775 NT, is that the John Deere version of that? Is that like the John Deere version of the, what is it, the High Plains? That one planter we have in base game. Yeah, so we were in Colorado starting after that. So we were in Denver during the DU era. So we got to enjoy both the Avs and the Pioneers. The Avs were not as good, but the Pioneers were in their multi-title era while we were out there. And I love watching pro hockey. I love going to pro hockey games. Smaller venue hockey games like your OHLs, your juniors hockey, your NCAA Division I hockey. Those games are wild. Flyers was my favorite team growing up, Mike. The Ron Hextall era. Ron Hextall single-handedly changed hockey in the modern era. That man did not abide by any rules. I still remember him standing at center ice and calling other goalies into the scrum for a bench emptying brawl. That man wanted to throw down every game, and he picked the position that gets to do it the least. Lindros at the Flyers. The big, like the 90s, just goon squad Flyers. Great hockey to watch. Go Packers. Okay. Cheesehead, that's all right. Nothing wrong with the Packers. Get everything set up and out of the way so he's ready to go. Oh, yeah. I mean, there was a fight every period in the 90s in most games. You know, and now that if you touch anybody, you get yourself in trouble, so. Yeah, I mean, I love watching modern hockey. It's a lot of fun. It's fast-paced. Love watching the systems and all that stuff develop. You know, and watch high-level intelligent hockey, but the Goon Squad days, I mean, those are hard to beat. Those were the glory days. Open ice, center ice hits, guys leaving their feet. You know, there was that one play, the hit on Korea when he was on the Ducks, and he got just annihilated. I mean, just everything short of murder, crossing the blue line, and then went to the locker room. And they're just like, yeah, if you want to go play, you can play. Came out and just came down and hit that clapper on the outside for a goal to get back. I mean, that was Iron Man hockey in those days. That was so much fun to watch. Car wash and workshop with gas station. I have not seen that one, Isaac. Though at this stage, those could be getting released. We could almost be into tomorrow's mods, depending on whether Giants released them early or not, because they can come out pretty early. See if we can't get this guy set up on this field. I'm not really noticing a whole lot of difference in how this field is being harvested, but we do have the narrow headlands on. Let's see if we can't get the tractor, the tipper over here real quick, and then jump back into the harvester and see what this narrow field function of courseplay does. Was it 04-ish against the Senators where every 5 to 10 minutes a full team brawl broke out? Yeah. We talked about mouse steering, Isaac. We did. Mouse steering does not interest me. I think it's a novel idea. It does not interest me. I have my wheel, I have my pedals. I'm very, very happy with that. So we went to, the kids were out, and we were out in PA. We were out there for their activities, and we went and saw a Erie, Pennsylvania Junior Otters game, which is OHL hockey or AHL, whatever it is. And we showed up like, I don't know. We decided to go an hour before the game started. So we showed up like as the game was starting. Still great seats available. The food was reasonable, affordable, could feed the family without dropping 150 bucks. And we go watch this game, and the Otters were playing some sort of, you know, arch rival. I don't know who it was, New London maybe. And they had a heated season and everything else. And this brawl breaks out. I mean, just 15 guys. 10 guys on the ice, some guys jump in, the whole 9 yards. We have this huge, huge brawl. The refs take like 20 minutes to figure it all out, and they're kicking guys out one by one. They come to center ice, they're on the mic, and they're like, number 4, New London, you're gone. And the crowd will go wild. The guys are taking bows, getting off the ice, ranting and raving at the crowd, engaging. All the while the refs are trying to figure this stuff out, the New London team is slowly collecting all the sticks that were dropped on the ice, all the hockey sticks. And the last guy from New London gets kicked out, and he skates to center ice, and they'd broken every one of the Junior Otters sticks that they found. So like 10 broken sticks dropped at center ice in a pile. So while this is going on, the Otters have decided, since they see what's happening, they start collecting the guys' helmets and gloves from the other team and throwing them back in their tunnel back to their locker room. So the remaining guys on the bench who didn't get kicked out, some of them no longer have gear to wear. And they've broken all these sticks. It was utter chaos, and it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. All right, so, I mean, he rounded that corner. I don't know. I mean, that field's pretty narrow. I don't feel like that was a lack of a headland. Even had twin sticks, can't do it. Yep. Let's see. The Harrows. Isaac, I just downloaded the Harrows on the Homestead series. Low horsepower, 5-meter working width. Those are nice. Got a PlayStation controller, style controller. I don't know how anyone plays keyboard. Keyboard is not enjoyable. The mouse and either get a controller, or the wheel and pedals are definitely the way to go if you're on PC. Isaac, your movies show. Okay. Yeah, I don't connect a controller to my PC. I don't know. Never appealed to me. But I know a lot of guys do it. And the controller's so easy to use. Having the controls at your fingertips is absolutely tremendous. All right, I want to see what this guy does, and then we're going to head out and get the Fent onto another field. He's been doing nothing for a while. Man, may have to slow time down here. We are cruising, 3:40 in the afternoon, chatting, having a good time. All right, so let's see. I think the quad track is down at the other end. We'll have to see who comes up here and joins in. But I do want to see, because he's supposed to... Here, I guess we could actually pull up the... we look at the course. Yeah, I mean, it shows he's going to do another headland here on this end. So he does 2 headlands on that end, and it looks like 2 headlands at this end. So this narrow field thing, I'm not entirely sure how that's different than just running 2 headlands, but who knows? Some of us can't get a steering wheel, and I'm fine on keyboard and mouse. Just backing up with a trailer sucks. Yeah, I can imagine, Herman. I can imagine. I will say the thing I enjoy about the steering wheel over the controller is with the controller, you can go from like immediate full left steer to immediate full right steer. And that makes the game a lot of fun. Like being able to just whip things into the sheds and drive around is a ton of fun. With the steering wheel, you gotta crank the wheel. There's no fast turns. So for me, it helped slow me down quite a bit and make me focus on the driving aspect of it. So I enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah, you imagine that retriever header trailer situation that I can't even do when I have all the options, trying to do it with AS and W. It just jackknifes and never goes straight. That I would imagine, Herman. I would imagine that is the case. You know, that's where you just get super strength out and just get the trailer lined up and just make it happen. Alrighty. Oh, Mike, I missed your earlier comment. Broad Street Bullies, Hextall didn't even want to block pucks. Just wanted to take... Hextall was a goon on a good night. That man took no prisoners, did not care. Second, potentially to only Patrick Waugh as far as being a mentally unstable goalie. For me, it's the camera. I don't like, with the steering wheel, using the knob on the Farmstick to control the camera while steering the wheel. I was getting so frustrated at that. I found that when I switched from console to PC, I moved the camera a lot. Because it's so easy, right? On console, with the controller, you just put the camera exactly where you want it every time. You can see everything, move around. I don't move the camera that much anymore. And I actually, if I'm going to move the camera, this is all the mouse. I use my mouse for the camera. I don't use the Farmstick very often to switch the camera around. You know, I'll try every once in a while. What I like the camera switch on the joystick, I have the joystick press button to switch cameras this way. And so I enjoy having that when you have like forestry machines where you have like a grapple claw camera where you have like the in-cab camera, you have the first person type or the third person type view over the back, and then you can get one on the grapple. Like that's really nice to be able to switch back and forth from on there. So like you go to the grapple cam, you grab the logs, you switch to third person so you can see the trailer, get everything all lined up. I think I enjoy that aspect of the Farmstick. And that is the main time I use the Farmstick on the camera, is doing forestry work. All right, let's get this contract collected. I told you it was going to be low-key tonight, and it certainly has been. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Field number 2 should be right next to us. Which way are we headed? Right up to the top. For some reason, when I use the steering wheel and joystick, when they get plugged in, I use my mouse to control the camera would freeze. I couldn't look left or right, just up and down. So hold on a second. For some reason, when I use the steering wheel and the joystick, when they were plugged in and I used my mouse to control the camera would freeze. Huh. That's a weird one. I know that I have had some unusual behavior from my peripherals, depending on which USBs I have them plugged into. And I don't know if that would relate to, you know, what you're experiencing or not. But I know that a couple of my peripherals don't have enough, or a couple of my USBs don't have enough power to properly function, or to have the peripherals properly function. Some of them, when they don't have enough power, they just don't turn on, they don't work. But I've had some situations where, depending on which USBs I use on my PC, that I get limited functions. Like right now, I'm having an issue. I just reorganized my entire setup, redid all my cable management, everything else, and my Farmstick does not like the USB that it's plugged into right now. I don't know why that is. The full power USB 3.0 on the back of the PC. But for whatever reason, it's been getting finicky on me, and the Farmstick has been incredibly reliable, so I don't know why that is. Andrew, thank you for hanging out. Have a great night, bud. We're back live again tomorrow night if you want to join. If not, you know, we'll see you when you see you, but thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, Mike, I mean, at least switch it up. Take a look. I don't know if that would explain, you know, exactly what you're running into. But like I said, I had that problem. And with redoing all my cable management, I know my Farmstick switched USBs. And it's just been finicky. And I'm pretty confident it has nothing to do with the Farmstick. Because when I unplug it and replug it, and it, like, registers everything, it works just fine. Andrew, perfect. Great. Appreciate you coming, stop by today, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great night. So it seems like we had a couple people stop in on Twitch. We've had vertical and horizontal here. So the multi-chat's working. The stream is working. Seems like all those issues are resolved. And I actually, in order to get the multi-stream back working, I actually uninstalled the software I was using previously and have completely redone the multi-stream setup with a different software and different plugins. So it seems to be running well. Are you guys noticing any latency issues in chat, and or is the quality of the stream different than what you guys had earlier in the week? I just want to make sure. Should have enough internet, should definitely have enough PC to push all this through, but just want to make sure that you know, everything is still looking good for you guys. Hey, you know, what did Higgs say? It's not Marlboro Reds. What is it? You got the nicotine and coffee going. He's a trucker. Give him black coffee and something with nicotine to keep him awake, and he'll go for days. He's actually actively putting parts on the Peterbilt tonight. Putters, yep. I knew you mentioned that earlier. We're following this guy because he's going to wander off. All right, we're hanging out here because we know the fence going to try to do something silly. You know, he's looking at these trees over here thinking, how deep could I get into those before I get stuck? No, that's tomorrow morning. Well, at least you got the part. That means it'll be in well before 9 a.m. instead of having to wait. So latency only 5 to 7 seconds, not bad at all. Quality is good as well, good. Yeah, I don't know, because the multi-chat is obviously combined streams. I think we lost the ultra-low latency on the chat communication, but it shouldn't be bad. So if it gets bad, let me know. Yeah, 12 years as a fireman and paramedic, and I don't drink coffee. It was funny. When I was the boot on the department, one of the boot jobs is to make coffee. And the guys are like, all right, boot, go make coffee. And I'm like, hey, I'm happy to. But I just want to be clear. I don't drink coffee, so it's probably going to taste terrible and be bad. And I'm like, you can tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like, you know, tell me whatever it is, how much water, how many cups of coffee, whatever you want. And I think I made 1 pot of coffee in my entire firehouse career. And the old guys were so upset the coffee was so bad, I never had to make coffee again. So I guess we'll chalk that up as a win. All right, here we go. Gonna start wandering. We knew this was coming. Where is he trying to go? Are you telling me the worker only drives into the woods when we're not watching him? So if we watch him, he'll stay on course? Come on. Course play's just messing with me at this point. Gotta leave for Ottawa at 6:30 a.m. Then hope to be back to the farm around 11. Then put the peat back together and the beans start by 2 if things go well. So realistically starting the beans at 5. Sounds like a farm schedule. Got a plan, and you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Hig, I picked up the Logitech keyboard. So I got the Logitech because it has Bluetooth and their Lightning connection, whatever that is. I don't even really fully understand it, but it means that I can connect to my gaming PC using the Lightning connection and the included USB dongle thing, and then I can Bluetooth to my mini PC that I run on the side. So I have one keyboard that I can use on both to save desk space. And I've been very happy with the keyboard. My only real complaint is we're supposed to get like 24 to 27 hours of battery life. And over the 3 years I've had it, the battery life is down to probably closer to 18 hours. But I don't even think that's a very big deal. Lol, welcome back. Good to have you. Glad you're here. All right. I think we're reaching the end of the stream here. Probably got another 15, 20 minutes. We'll see how the rest of the contracts go. See what we can get finished up. Glad we have the first harvesting contract done. The second one is going to be, yep, there, it's actually wrapped up right now. So we will get all that pulled back to the farm. I'll probably leave the equipment out here and pull it back off stream overnight, but we will drive the canola back to the farm and get that dropped off, and that's going to the Gaming Joy bulk fill silo. All right, buddy, you really stopped at 95% with that much left. That's the game plan here. We're going to do a quick field cleanup, get a little bit extra, make sure we have everything off this field. One of the things I like about the contract mods, both the boosted and the better contract mods, I forget which one it is, but one of them has the additional info for the contract. So if you come into the menu and you look at the contract, you have your normal contract. So field 24 harvesting 34,160. It'll tell you you're supposed to make 71,980 on the total contract based on what you can keep. So that's really nice, and that feature can be turned off on the with the D button, the BC, the better contracts info on and off. So if you don't want all the extra stuff, you want sort of the classic contract menu, you can look at it this way. But if you want the extra info, you can do that. And when you turn it on and off, you can see over here, let's see if I pick up a harvesting contract, you can see the info underneath Walter. You know, it has the basic stuff, and you turn it on, it gives you, you know, estimated time, hour and 55, contract boost we're running is 50%, field 102. This is the part I like. The must deliver 248,000 liters of corn. We get to keep 33,800. So a nice addition if you're not running the better contracts mod. That is a good one to add to your list. We were talking about sort of must-have mods earlier. I would say that is close to a must-have mod. Not necessarily, but definitely a good quality of life mod to add. Get into grain cart. Turn off. Auto drive. Let's get it open. That's not open. That's open. Get going here. So tomorrow night's stream, we'll get back to more of the traditional farm stuff. We'll have some money in the bank. I want to put a couple of more sheds up at the farm, get the big equipment out of the way. I was hoping to get into some of that on the last stream. We just ran out of time and, quite frankly, out of money. I do want to go over and just sort of set up the parking for the big vehicles. So the combine harvester, potentially like the Pete and the tipper, which we already have one of, but the T800 and the Lowboy, and show you guys how I park those guys around. Let's see if I can remember my keybinds here. Yeah. Keybine's not working on that one. That's all right, though. We'll get that folded up. And we will leave this guy here to be picked up. Actually, let's get him closer to the road. At a nice flat spot here, we'll get everything loaded up. We'll bring the T800 down here. Get the Kenworth rolling this way. Get everything picked up. Yes, Mike, I have completed a couple of the contracts. The one plowing and the first cultivating we did have been collected. So we're up to 149,000. I think we started at 22,000-ish. So definitely making some money, and these harvest contracts are going to push us up another 100K probably in total between the two of them. We're going to leave that guy there to pipe out, and the Punkin Peterbilt should be down here. Yeah, no, we definitely collected, and that's where the money came from. Even the greenhouses we have set to sell and stuff are not really making us very much money, which is fine. I think we run farms this big, and I didn't pay attention to the mods. I tend to, on my playthrough series like Realistic Cattle Ranch, Homestead Challenge, when I load the mods in, I'm pretty careful when I look at daily upkeep costs. Because like on a farm this size, you could end up with $6,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 in daily upkeep costs pretty regularly. Lol, so we started at 9:30 tonight. Yep, Herman, thank you for chiming in. That's probably going to be my new start time for all my evening streams. My evening schedule is going to be variable, just depending on when I'm available. Yep, Mike, absolutely. 1:30 on Sundays is also the goal. But I think my weeknight start is going to be 9:30. That aligns with the family schedule here. And then we go for, anywhere for 2 to 3 hours pretty regularly. I think the other night we went to almost 4. Stretched that one as a long one. We got a lot done on that stream. All the animals. I think of the 4 hours I streamed last, we spent 2.5 of it finding the animal dealer. So really it was a 90-minute stream plus finding the animal dealer. But generally speaking, 9:30, about 2.5, 3 hours per stream, and go from there. And I'm hoping that over the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to get a more standardized schedule and pick a day. I'm hoping that's going to be Tuesday. That one was for you, Mike. Corey Stone, new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to jump in the chat if you want, Corey. And if you're looking for a nice farm sim community, we have a great Discord community over on the Discord server. I think almost everyone in chat that I can see right now is participating in that Discord server. So just a great bunch of people and a great community. But yeah, anyways, rambling on about the schedule, trying to get it down to a set day, but the reality is gotta grab a screenshot of the animal dealer and add it to the BP logo. I'll start an alternate or a secondary YouTube channel. It's just called BP Finds the Animal Dealer. Oh, look at that. Even noticed the train gates were down this time. Didn't crash into them. You know, all the streams would be just me driving around, pulling into places. The thing that gets me is both Palanier and here on back county roads, there's no icon. 10 out of 10 would watch Herman. It'd probably be the channel that has the more success. You know, over here we're trying to create reasonable content, engaging, thoughtful, you know, sometimes educational, funny, all the things you should do with content. That channel's just me in this view, driving around their map, seeing if I can find an animal dealer, and the people just can't stop watching. It would turn into map tour videos. What did I miss? Tig, go into map editor and move the animal dealer once you learn where it is. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll actually just... Oh, Corey, didn't see you actually stop in. Corey, yeah, thank you. appreciate the comment, and definitely, most of the guys in here, like I said, if not absolutely everybody, is on the Discord server. Great, fun, easygoing community, and we've got all kinds of people with all kinds of expertise and knowledge and help, and you know, they're teaching me things, so it's a great group. So Hig, what we would do, so the way this would work, Hig, clearly, because you've been here long enough, 2 streams to understand this, Mike would be in charge of the map, and he would move the animal dealer in Giants Editor, and then like we'd have a timer on screen, and I just get set loose with some sort of vehicle, and I just have to drive around, no maps allowed to be open, can't check anything, and I find the animal dealer, and then we just rotate to a different map, and he moves it on that map or on this map and keep going back and forth, and it's like hide and go seek with the animal dealer. That would be the way to handle it. So let's see which carrots and parsnips in every field. Nuke, you're going to be on Twitch. That's the way that's going to work. Can BP find the animal dealer? The answer is no, guys. The answer is no, in case you're wondering. Cultivating done. We're going to collect that one. Mike, I'm collecting a contract. All right, farmland harvesting. I think we're going to end up canceling one of these because we're just not getting done. So we did 77. 74 we couldn't do. 24, I don't know. We have all these ones that are blinking. So this is going to the bulk fill station. And the other one is going to the bulk fill station. Now here's the problem, guys. I'm going to let you in on a secret. Those are both bulk fill stations. I'm not sure which one we're supposed to drop that off at. What kind of camo was he using? Let's see. That's my idea. Carrots, you have sign me up. Put me in, Coach. Yeah, Mike is all for hiding the animal dealer. He would get great joy out of that. Herman's still in, loves it. Remove all the crops except for root storage. Oh, you guys are killing me. Hig, 50-50 chance. Oh yeah, Hig, I don't know, bud. I don't know. I think this is a man. Maybe we check. Let's try this. Let's just for 1 minute see if we can actually use our brain. Free husbandry fill station. Okay. Bulk fill station. We're going green. Cut the green wire. It's always the green wire. All right, so we're going green 100%. Probably going to end up owing all of these contracts back. Left, left, right, left. We're going green. We're committing. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this all goes. A nice animation on the back of that truck with the tailgate opening. We do have the fast empty installed on this one. Got some new people in here. Hey, oh, hey, guys, you're not new. CS Benji dropped a sub for you. Hey, CS, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, and even more so jumping into the chat and saying hi. Hope you're having a great night. Glad you found us. Money is not going up, so you're good. $267,993. Guys, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. BDD Gaming, how's it going, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day so far. BDD, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm having a great day. Hope you're having a great day too. And I'm confident at least a couple guys are having a good day in here because they're getting to give me a hard time, which I like. So in 25, Mike, in FS25, they added that contracts can go into personal silos. So I don't know if the maps you're playing don't generally have that, but that is an updated feature for 25 that is pretty common. And particularly a lot of mod maps, the bigger maps, do that because They don't, I don't know, I don't feel like the big mod maps, they have all of the buy-sell stations as contract points. All right, we are on auto drive, going to get parked. Probably hit this bad boy with a wash too. Get him cleaned up after all that field work. The Punkin Peterbilt pulling the Lizard end dump trailer. If you guys haven't checked out the Lizard end dump trailer, I like it. It's a nice trailer. Has a good base, realistic capacity. Has a shaft silage extension, has a bulk extension, has 2 different roll tops, has multiple emptying speeds that you actually have to purchase. Excuse me. So if you want the fast empty, you have to pay for it. Lots of customization with the lights. Just a very good base trailer, and it is cross-play, which is always nice. Personal productions, well, yeah, Nuke, you're right. BDD, Benji, yep. Learn something new every time in your stream. Thought I knew a lot about Farmstick, but always get to prove wrong in here. I think that we all know a good amount about how we play, and that's the beauty of Farmstick. Everyone plays differently, and everyone has different experiences, because I watch stuff all the time, and I'm like, okay, I never even thought of that, never seen that. Every time that instant wash goes off, I laugh a little. I love the instant wash. That's one of my, like, vices. I would have that on every playthrough if I could, but when we try to play realistically and you got to buy a power washer and all that kind of stuff, you know, you gotta go from there. Reminds me of the old 3-in-1 red trailer. Yeah, the, oh, what was that one called? Blogstar, yep, BDD Gaming dropped a subscriber. Perfect. Thank you, BDD. Thank you. Appreciate you subscribing. Thanks for hanging out. Nicholas Kozlowski, appreciate the sub as well. What was that 3-1? It's this one right here. It's the one in the picture. What is that one called? The Crampy. Yeah, it does have a lot of that type of stuff. The thing I like about this one is the lights. Like the tail lights, the running lights, tail lights in the back are all customizable. The chicken lights, the running lights on the side are all customizable. It comes in like 5 or 6 different lengths. Has a pup trailer, that little one we have. So it's just got good options. Yeah, we don't have that wash at the farm. Hig, I'll tell you what, when I patent the Insta Wash in real life, I'll send you a free version. You deserve it, particularly because you guys got my favorite farm truck stuck in that field. It definitely needs to be cleaned. I hope you guys are waxing that guy for me for when I come up and visit. I use that trailer exclusively. It's just a great mod. Yeah, Herman, I agree. And the thing is, I said this the other night in the stream. I feel like someone asked me, what are the big differences between Farm Sim 25 and 22? I really enjoy Farm Sim 22 and 25. I think the graphics are better. I think there's some quality of life things in 25 they did a really good job on. But I feel like the mod support for FS25 has been really slow to roll out. I don't know if that is if that's my impression of it. I don't know if, you know, Giants no longer has the testing list, so I don't know if there's something that's changed there that we're not seeing. I don't know if it's taking longer in general to get mods approved. But, I mean, we're 10 months out from release, because we were released in November. And I just don't feel like we have nearly as many mods as we had in Farm Sim 22 at this point. And I don't know, you know, maybe modders, you know, you got big modders like Lancy Boy, who has not done a lot of stuff for FS25. I think he stepped away for a little bit for personal reasons, which, again, I totally understand, not picking on him or trying to single him out. But I just feel like there are a lot of modders who haven't come back. You've got, you know, guys like 82 Studios who, you know, has had to step away for personal reasons as well. It just feels like we lost some momentum with getting new mods into the game. Hig, there you go. Yeah, I mean, Hig, I don't want to continue to make you know, animal dealer jokes, but they just keep presenting themselves. BDD, Nicholas, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription. Glad you're here. Holy, look at this rock mound here, guys. That thing is crazy. But I looked for the garage. I couldn't figure out how to sell vehicles or return a leased vehicle. I think the first game I loaded into in FS25, I leased something and I couldn't figure out how to get it returned at the end. There was just no easy way to do it. It took, I think I actually watched a YouTube video, like a Farmer Cop type thing about how to return leased vehicles. I think the video was like, 42 seconds long, because it's not hard to do once you know how to do it. But not having the garage does not make sense to me. That is a feature I don't understand why they changed it. Nuke, I want more buildables. Nuke, I've said that in the Discord chat a dozen times. I want buildables, and I want them to just absolutely just take buildables to the next level. Like, let me build something and then have stage 2, right? Give me a cabin for a start from scratch series and let me build it, and then have a second trigger when I want to put the addition on it and make it a second story or make it a 4-bedroom or whatever else, and let me put more stuff in it. Put more stuff in it. I want animal pens that are buildables. I want productions that are buildables. I mean, I would build, the opportunity on a start from scratch type playthrough to do buildables for absolute sheds, barns, animal pens, houses. I mean, all of it would be just incredible to have buildables. I don't know the answer to that, Herman. That's a great question. I mean, that is a really good question. I don't know. I know that, like, in a very quick and dirty way, you can roll FS22 mods up to SF20 or to FS25. Now, obviously, 1, you shouldn't be doing that if they're not your mods. 2, that's not the right way to do it, and it's not a clean conversion and everything else. But I know if you really need to have something there, it doesn't take very long to do it. So I don't know if maybe like that aspect of it is, potentially sort of easy, but getting it to where it needs to be so that, did we already get stuck in the trees? Yep. Right off the rip. First thing, stuck in the trees. That is on me. We did. Oh, look, I didn't even grab it. I didn't even mean to grab it that time. Forgot we were going counterclockwise now, trying to get these not to stick. So yeah, I don't know if like after that, like actually getting it to full Giants readiness takes more time or is more complicated. I just don't know. That's a very good question to go. Yeah, Nuke, yes. And add-on shops. Yeah, I agree. Like have a base shed. And I would almost go to like, I wouldn't want it to be as arcadey as like a Sim City, but like if someone could build a shop, like take the 3-star garage, like some of the Icus's stuff, and you just put in a 3-bay shop, right? And you build it, you put the stuff in, everything else, and then you could buy modules. I'd be willing to go into the shop and buy the workshop addition to my 3-bay garage. And then have nodes where there's attached in certain points and they fit in certain points in a very basic, I wouldn't want the game to get bogged down, but be able to customize that stuff would be just absolutely incredible. And I think that the fact that we in general as a group enjoy, everyone wants to, customize their farm their way, have their own look. I love when you guys post pictures of like your take on the Homestead Challenge or your take on RCRC or that kind of stuff. Like that's what makes it so much fun, is that there's no one way to play it. So if you could make mods like that where it's like, yeah, we use the same shed, but it has different attachments and different, setups and different things, it'd be great. And then, if you want to go to like a Welker farm style setup, you could build absolutely enormous sheds. You could put several of them together, attach them, that kind of stuff. Be really cool. I almost imagine it, if you think about like some of the space games where you build spaceships and you have like the spaceship builders, and you got all the parts on and everything else. Like, I almost imagine like that type of thing where you can go into the build menu and just attach things. Lifts and workbenches. So there are a couple of very, very basic mods for that, Herman. Icus has come out with lifts that do fit in some of his shops. You have to free place them. That's there. And additionally, I know some of Icus's sheds. Man, I nailed that the first time. You guys see that? Just a professional at work here. Watch out. Yeah, I'm probably late to the party because of latency. Mike got it too. But I also know that some of Icus's sheds also have the interior decorations. I know that's not what you said, Herman, but you can change like the flags or the tin signs on the wall, that kind of stuff. Like, there are different versions of the interior as well. I've gone through on my 555 series and I've added a lot of storage racks. I was really, really close. I got so frustrated in the end. So the main shed on my 555 series, you can remove almost everything from the inside, except for like 8 or 10 items that are on shelves that when you remove the shelves float into space and you can't get rid of them because they're actually physically part of the shed. But I removed everything from the main shed on 555 and was adding custom pallet racking and storage and stuff from the addable addable storage trigger mods. And I was going to fully customize the inside that way, and I just couldn't get rid of all the stuff to do it, but it would have been great if I could. Yeah, it should. I think it's actually the lift is actually made by Icus, and it's designed to go into some of his sheds, and it actually works too. Like, you can legitimately lift the vehicles off the ground and hook up and everything else. All right, so Hig, tomorrow it's going to look just like this for you. Probably not quite as good as I'm able to do it, but we understand. You know, you'll do your best. But this is how you transport a header. You know, obviously a very realistic trailer. Nuke, have you tried the map object hider? I think we talked about that last stream with the fence. But that has been my go-to. That has been a huge help. Hopefully less trees. Hig, that's very fair. And hey, actually it's not fair because tonight it wasn't trees, it was poles. I don't think I hit a single tree. Now the drivers, the AI drivers have definitely hit some trees. But I think I only hit telephone poles and that one guy who cut me off with a quad track. I think that's the only thing I've hit tonight. But yeah, I do hope a completely incident-free day tomorrow for you. I hope it's a great one. I hope Bean's going at 2. Bean's going at 2 would be absolutely great. Got this guy on auto drive parking as well. Have to have a huge swing out to get something this big squared up in the bay. And something that may be worth your hired help. Yes, hired help is hard to find good ones. I actually think I think the last T5 episode I recorded is titled something like "Good Help is Hard to Come By," because that was when I was in the peak of my course play frustration and could not get that done. So something that's interesting about course play, just if you guys are getting into it and you're not getting exactly what you want, let's get this turned up and let's get this turned on. So you notice, I just want to show you guys this. It's going to be a little hard to see. You see where the node is underneath the front tires, right up here. And you see where the label is Park Retriever above that. Most vehicles will stop at that node just before the front bumper. However, this modded truck, for whatever reason, and I'm sure it has to do with how the mod's built or the model's built, and it's far beyond my expertise to understand how this works. But this one identifies the front of the truck as this spot behind the axle. So when you're pulling in your vehicles and you're setting your parking nodes, so that's how far the vehicle is going to pull through the shed to get to where you want it to be, you need to make sure you're on the correct vehicle, because this one pulls past the parking node, whereas you notice the Peterbilt over here maybe a little bit past it, but it's basically under the front bumper. You can see it right there by the front tire there. And a lot of these guys, let's go over and check the John Deere 9RT. a lot of these guys stop in front of them. So you see this guy, you know, that node is right under the front bumper right there. So just make sure that you check all that stuff when you're setting up your parking. It can be a little bit frustrating, but not too bad. Gonna get on Discord tomorrow, Nuke. Hope to see some beans getting harvested. That would be super cool, Nuke. I agree. They look good. They look like crap. We're hoping for 1.2 ton per acre, but we will see what tomorrow brings. Last year was 1.72. Wow. I mean, I have no idea what to expect, but if last year was 1.7 to 2.2 and you're down to 1.2, you're at almost 50%. BB Dubs joined and left. Didn't get you in time. Yeah. Hig will be thinking about you. Hope it all goes well. Maybe it'll be surprisingly good. That would be a pleasant surprise. Get this dropped off here. Go ahead and get auto drive turned off. Do I prefer my nodes on the ground like that? When I started with auto drive, absolutely not. I wanted them up high. I wanted to be able to see them. Now I am more comfortable with it. I just, it doesn't bother me as much, so I like them there. One of the other things that you notice there, Mike, is, and I'll turn this back on, this truck, again, it's just a little bit different because it's modded. If you look at the actual node, let's go back over here. So look at right here next to the truck. Do you see how that node directly to the left of the truck where it says Park Retriever is lower than the node that is right behind it? And I'll show you, they're in line. It's not a left or right offset, it's a vertical offset. When I make the courses with this truck, the nodes are, whatever that is, a couple feet off the ground. But when I connect them and just use, you know, click on one and use the middle mouse wheel to bend the course and connect it over there, it goes back lower. And I don't know why the truck puts them up higher than the rest of them. So, you know, just the way it is. So, Tommy, good to see you back, buddy. Trying to hold it down. We're wrapping up. We're probably in the last 10 minutes here. I'm getting chatty, getting less done, but still making a little bit of money. I'm well aware the Fent is probably in the trees somewhere. We need to go save that, but we'll figure it out. Hig should be picked, posted tomorrow night. Go to bed. Awesome. Lol, I used to make pallets, and I know for sure, FS has a mod for it, but I would like to be more realistic. A flatbed would hold 600 pallets per trailer or 7.5 pallet for 800 bucks. Yeah, I have not messed with the pallets, lol. That is, who does the pallet stuff? There's that one guy, goodness, what's his name, the modder? He does good stuff, but he does a lot of his stuff is super complicated. I'll have to think about it. It'll come to me at some point, probably when I'm falling asleep tonight. All right, probably should have driven an auto drive course back here instead of driving all the vehicles back individually, but here we find ourselves. All right, where's the Fent? We're getting close. You guys have got to be kidding me. Didn't I just say that it was posts, not trees tonight? Well, there we are. That's what happens when you can't hire good help and you're not allowed to drug test. You knew it was coming, Mike. You knew there was no way we were escaping the last 10 minutes of the stream without some sort of idiot worker issue. I remember early on when I was on console watching DJ Go Ham videos, and he would always, his thing was always the idiot worker. And I was on console and he was playing on PC, and he had course playing all kinds of other things, and I was so like, oh, if I had that, I'd be so happy. Now that you have it, when it doesn't work like this, it's just, I mean, it's a game, it's no big deal, but it is aggravating when you keep setting it up and it's like, guys, this used to work, why doesn't it work anymore? Smoking the reefer and driving the fence. Yeah, you guys didn't know we're doing cannabis on Backroads County here, and this guy is the head cannabis producer. Where is this route going? What are we? How did we calculate this route? The pause when you switch. I mean, you knew it was going to happen. I just thought he'd be buried in the trees again, but then he's halfway up the pole. Like, buddy, settle down. The pole's not that excited to see you. You know, who did this route? The last waypoint was that top corner over there, and now we're driving all the way. Maybe I connected the wrong waypoint. I don't think I did, but maybe we're on the wrong waypoint, but it sure seems like we are just driving around the field. If it comes all the way down here just to go, yeah, straight across the field to those trees. he's really, the driver's really here to mess with me tonight. Like, where are we going? Why are we driving around the outside of the... I must have misconnected to the nearest waypoint. Yeah, laugh until you cry. Yep. Tommy, I had a thought from after the last stream. Do you ever do bird's eye time-lapse videos? Like, really zoomed out, super random question. My bad to get off topic. The reefer driver. No, Tommy, you're totally fine. Don't worry about it. So I don't do a lot of that, mainly because I can't get any of my mods to work, obviously, by what we're watching here. This guy's just driving around the outside of the field. Apparently, we're going to do this the rest of the night, guys. Live stream, we're going to 7 a.m. We're just looping the outside of the field continuously till 7 a.m. So there are two things. One, and this is a funny one. He's headed to Humboldt County. That's good, though. And this is just probably laziness on my part. I don't really know how to use flight mode. I've just never used it. The mod I use, and Mike and I, we were talking about this the other night on stream. I have a camera mod that allows me to get like up to, you know, like up here. This is my maximum height. And so I understand it's not what you're asking, like this height, like you want like superimpose, like looking down. So I just don't really use flight mode. And that's, again, just because I haven't learned how to do it. Certainly something I could learn. But I tried something like that on the 555 challenge early on. And because I used the camera mod, not flight mode, my character stands in the middle of the field. So if I did that, the tractor could have collisions with me in the middle of the field. But it's on my list of things to work on, to look at, because I look at like the farm sim guy, right, who just puts out incredible content, and like his cinematics are, I couldn't imagine. This guy is going to give me an aneurysm. Where are we going? We're going back to the pole. You guys watch. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to let this man drive back to that pole. So I think, Tommy, yes, it's something I want to practice. I want to learn. I'd love to do cinematic videos. One of the things on my list of sort of goals for the channel is I would like for each series to have a more cinematic video intro instead of like a still screen like I have now. And that's going to take me getting used to some of that stuff, because in using flight mode, it's my understanding, like that's how a lot of those guys actually get those shots. Here we go. You guys ready? Moron. Absolute moron. So that is a long answer to your question, Tommy. But yes, it is something that I'd like to do more of. Because it's my understanding, going back to the console or the controller conversation, is that a lot of guys use the controller to get those cinematic shots. Okay, do you guys want me to just do you want me to just put him back on the loop that goes around the field? Should we just go one more, like just circle it around, just bring it around the field one more time and see if it works? I mean, I feel like we're at a point where we probably could just go right. Yes, there's the problem, is we're looking at this node over here. I got to get past this junction before I send him off, and then we'll be good. All right, so yeah, we're good to go. But we won't send him around the field one more time. We really could make you guys watch it. Make it watch until your eyes bleed. So yeah, Tommy, great question. By all means, jump in with questions anytime. And it is something that I would like to start doing. He said Humboldt County, yeah, back to the poll round 2. Nuke called it. I don't know how long ago that was. Question to raise. Oh, Q to raise, E to lower, A is to move around. So, Mike, are you using easy dev or flight mode? Because there is a flight mode in easy dev. So let's just, all right, so that's it's, you're saying Q to raise, so that's not, so you're not using easy dev because those are not the controls, which is fine. I can always figure that out. Oh no, flight state on. Change altitude using Q and E keys. Okay, Mike, I never should have doubted you. Hey, look at us in flight mode. Okay, well, there you go. See, I learned something tonight too. Great. About your cams joke, I'm pretty sure the Canvas Farm mod is out there somewhere. Actually, Herman, there's 2 or 3 out there. There's actually a bunch. Nuke, I love that Nuke called it. His comment was back to the poll, round 2, ding ding. And then he's laughing by himself in chat. Love it, Nuke. Love that it's entertaining. I agree, it was funny. DM Cheech and Chong. Yeah, hey, I'm crying. Fired, fire Fred. BP got his wings. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we could definitely, I can integrate this into some of the gameplay. I'm not sure that, like, on Homestead, I've got one more episode to record on Homestead, and then I'm done recording on that for a while. From there, I think I'm going to RCRC, back to RCRC to record, probably until it's done. But I need big fields to make this worthwhile, because I could see, right, like, come over here, you know, like something like this, you could get, like, let's see, like if I got up in here, right, and got sort of almost all the corners of the field, like that could be a cool shot, particularly if we had a couple of things working. Change the camera to third person up there. Oh yeah, because you're doing like the squat hover. This would be a super cool view if you had a number of machines in the field at the same time. This would be a really cool way to see how courseplay works. This would actually be, for the advanced courseplay video, for some of the multi-machine stuff, this would have been a really good way to show like the course that each vehicle's taking and the turning and everything else. Think of the view you would get into that pole. All right, so now let's see. And I think I might actually have flight state actually hotkeyed to something. I think I tried at one point. Did you finish up 555? No, 555 is a long ways off. 555 is going to be a long series. So I don't remember specifically, but I think Realistic Cattle Ranch, I'm in the 40s on episodes. 555, I'm in the mid 30s, and Homestead, I just recorded 19 today. Realistic Cattle Ranch, we are at the stage where essentially we just need to make some money, and then we're done. We need to make the $4 million, so that's not going to be too terribly hard to do. We're going to cancel this contract. We're going to be done here. We're not doing any more. We're just going to let this one wrap up in the background. So yeah, Realistic Cattle Ranch, we're just out there to make money. We're just literally, you know what, guys? Hey, you know, we figured out flight mode. Why don't we just watch this guy work here real quick? I like that idea. So we're just making the money on Realistic Cattle Ranch. It's going to take some time. But we're really, like, we're at a point where we can make a lot of money. And I was saying earlier in the stream, I think I'm going to bring in the herdsman from the realistic livestock mod update and have a lot of the stuff I'm doing automated as far as the selling and that kind of stuff. And I think we'll be able to start getting through, I don't want to speed through, but I think we could get through 2 episodes or 2 months per episode instead of 1, because really it's a time in game thing to make the money at this point. So yeah, so Tommy, yeah, RCRC. Hig, have a great day tomorrow. I mean that. I hope it goes really, really well. Any pictures you're willing to share with us over in Discord, I know we'd all be excited to see. So have a great night, and you know, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and watch out for poles anywhere you go. They got something out for us. I don't know what it is, but have a good one, buddy. So yeah, so 555 or RCRC is going to be wrapped up. once we get the money. 555, the criteria for that one are 500 arable acres. And I've recorded up to about 120 purchased arable acres. So we're about 20% of the way there. And I think that part's going to pick up pretty quickly. We're starting to make money at a better rate on the 555 challenge. But the big problem there, and we have to own, I think it's 4 productions or 5 productions, which, I mean, we could make happen without too much trouble. But the problem there is the loan. I mean, I have a $5 million 10-year loan on that playthrough. And I either am going to have to play for 10 years, which would be great, or we got to pay off the loan, and there's still $3.5 million left. So if I have to make $5 million and pay off $3.5 million, have to make $8 million, $8.5 million, $9 million to get out of that series. So I think that one's going to be gone for a long time. So, and then the Homesteads Challenge, that one's going well. We can't get out of that one until we have a 500 horsepower tractor. We're only allowed 75 horsepower per year. So year 1, we're stuck to 75 horsepower. I just got recording into year 2. So we're up to 150 horsepower allowed. So that would be what? 225 would be 3, 300 would be 4 years, 375 would be 5, 450 would be 6, and 500 would be 7 years on that series. So that one's going to go for a while too. I think the rest of it's going to be pretty easy to get done. And a lot of fun. That series is just a fun one to play. So, but yeah, I think RCRC wraps up relatively soon, probably in the 50s before episode 60. And then the other ones go for a while. Okay, I got a question. I don't see episode 27 on 555. What's up with that? Are we released 27 on 555, Tommy? I'm not sure. Are you saying it's missing, like you can see 28 and 29? Or is it just not out yet? Because I'm recorded ahead even for members. Because we're getting into my busy time, and there's a very real chance that come like mid-November that my ability to record is going to drop off significantly. So I've got a little bit of a bank built up to go from there. I can actually just tab over and look, I bet. Wouldn't be too hard. Let's see. No, I don't think 27's out yet. So we are... I can actually just check my schedule here. I have a whole spreadsheet with a schedule. 27... Yeah, episode 27 for the 555 comes out the 18th, which would be Saturday. Yeah, it'll be out Saturday for everybody. Yeah, so Tommy, the way all that works is members get early access to the videos. So I'm recorded about 3 weeks ahead. Level 1 members get videos 2 days early. Level 2 members get videos 2 weeks early, or 1 week early, I'm sorry. And level 3 members get videos 3 weeks early. So those videos are recorded, and members can watch them pre-release, and then they get released to everyone publicly over time and go from there. So yeah, 26 was released today, and 27 will be released Saturday. He didn't go back to the poll. Nuke, we're not talking about the poll anymore. It's too soon. We need more time to process the emotional damage that the event did by running into that pole not once, but twice. So, all right, I'm going to let this guy finish up, but I think we're going to call it there. I got to be up probably around the same time as Higgs, so I'm going to get to bed as well. But thank you guys for joining and participating as usual. The reason I've been adding so many live streams is because you guys are engaged in chat. It's really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing stuff. I love talking about what we're doing. You guys have great ideas. I've said from the beginning, a lot of the series You know, like as an example, Homestead Challenge was based on ideas that you guys put out. So really enjoy connecting with you guys, having these streams. Tonight was super chill, just with getting some contracts done so we can have money in the bank, which we accomplished. $572,625 after doing contracts, and we still have one more to wrap up. As we just talked about with Tommy's questions here real quick, you know, we do have channel memberships if you want to continue to support me in a different way. Channel members do get early access to the videos, but you do never have to pay for any of the content. It all comes out over time. If you do ever see in a playlist or anything else a video with that green members only badge, that only means that it is out early for them. It is not restricted content. You're never going to have to pay to get a video. You just got to be a little bit patient and wait for that stuff. So that's going to be it for tonight. Let's just jump over here real quick. Try to hit all my scenes every night. Give you guys a chance to see chat just for a minute without having to look down on your phone. That's going to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you guys if you're around tomorrow at 9:30 for the next live stream. We've got a couple of videos coming out over the next couple of days. We have the next Homestead Challenge coming out on Friday. We have the T5 episode 27 coming out Saturday, and the next Homestead after that coming out on Sunday. So lots of good content. We have a 9:30 p.m. live stream tomorrow and a 1:30 p.m. Eastern Sunday stream, which should give some of our European, Scandinavian buddies a chance to join in. So thank you guys very, very much. Another great stream. Really appreciate you guys being here. Everyone have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.